Welcome to the Dice Tower Spring Spectacular, featuring top 10s, live plays, contests, and more.
Everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
I'm Chris Yee.
Welcome to Board Game Breakfast and the Spring Spectacular 2022.
Woo!
So
excited.
Let's talk about Yes, it's very exciting. So let's talk about how this works. So we actually are going to have 4 days here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, of around 7-8 hours of content each day. I think Wednesday is the longest. Monday might be the shortest, but Wednesday's the longest of content. We got live plays. We have, well, I'll talk about that a little bit later in the show about what's coming up, so you know. Let's start off with some good stuff. We're going to have a lot of contests over the course of this spectacular, and you can enter all of them. We'll start off here with a contest for
Except for you, Fred. Stop it.
You don't know. We might have like 6 very popular Freds.
Maybe. Fred, you can register in all of the contests.
But not the other Fred.
Let's start with this one.
We got 2 copies of Skull Canyon. This is USA only. Most of our contests will be worldwide, so just pay attention to each contest. Skull Canyon, which you can see right there. We're actually playing this one live during the spectacular later on. A game in which you can, you're skiing down a mountain. You got to go up the ski lifts first. You got to use you have to decide, do you want to ski down the gentle slopes? There are fewer points, but you might get more of those done. Or do you want to try to go up those more extreme slopes, but you also might not make it back in time at night, and then you don't get to soak in the hot tub with everyone else who's cool. That all sounds weird, but it comes together in a game, a fun game that we'll be showing you later on. The question you need to answer to enter this contest is you need to email us at Dice Tower. Contest at dicetower.com, as it's shown below. And in the keyword, you need to, in the subject, put the word canyon, and then answer the question, what player color is the character Steezy? That's not sleazy, right? Steezy. No, Steezy, yes. What player color
Sleazy's one of the 7 dwarves.
Steezy. No, Sleazy's not one of the 7 dwarves.
We don't talk about him.
So that's coming on. Secondly, Dice Tower East is, let's see, we're in April now, so May, June, July. It's 3 months away, but there is so only exactly, I'm not rounding up or down, there's exactly 100 tickets left. Dice Tower Retreat sold out. Dice Tower West might sell out when that happens. Dice Tower Cruise is going to sell out when that goes live. East hasn't sold out yet, so you still have a chance to get a ticket. So sign up for that. You can go to dicetowereast.com, find more about that, and get your hotel room. And if you want merchandise, you got to pre-order it before the convention. We'll talk more about that as time goes by, but I just wanted to warn you all. Thank you to everybody who donated to the Jack Vass Memorial Fund auction last week. That did very well. I don't know the exact amount it brought in, but it was a lot. And so that helps a lot of people. We had people just over the weekend got some applications for the Jack Bass Memorial Fund, helping gamers in their time of need. Alrighty, We'll talk some exact stuff about the Spring Spectacular, but I want you to know that each day we'll start our thing at 9 a.m. Eastern Time and at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes that might be off by a minute or two, so keep an eye on that. But the schedule is online. You can find that, but we'll talk more about that later. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, it's Tarrant.
And Stella here from Maple University. We have Wonderland's War here, the game just fulfilled from Kickstarter.
Indeed, and it features what I think is a fairly underutilized mechanic. It's always a mechanism that I find can be quite interesting, and that's the unlimited. It doesn't really have a name. I don't quite know how to call it.
Oh, new mechanics.
I call it the heaven.
Question battle.
I call it the Heaven and Ale draft because I'm familiar with it from there. But the draft where you there's a circle of cards and you can advance as far forward as you want, and then take the card. And in games like Heaven and Ale and Lignum, it can be very tough decisions because you can move as far forward as you want, but you only get one lap. This one's a little more forgiving. Each time you finish a lap, you roll a shard die, which is going to gain you some of these, which are going to be worth negative points between 1 and 3. So it incentivizes. It makes it much less of an issue to jump ahead and get the one you really want. But yeah, I do think this is underutilized.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it somewhere. I can't think of the game. Let us know if you know games with mechanics like that. But essentially, Wonderland's War, there's a lot to like about. The design of Tim Eisner, the artwork by Tremblay is very gorgeous, and the game as well. It's very smooth. It's like quacks in battle, like push your luck. Draft the cards, as Tarrant said, and then we battle in each 5 areas each round 3 times. That's it. Anything else, Tarrant?
No, that's all.
That's it. Well, hopefully you enjoy that, and thanks for watching. Bye.
The Roman Empire was expanding a lot during Trajan's time, but it was Emperor Hadrian who thought of peace through power. And that's when he started to build the Hadrian Wall to demark the boundaries of Roman Empire from those of the barbaric tribes. And that's what the Hadrian Wall represents. It's a wall from coast to coast having 16 forts along its perimeter. Assalamu alaikum. Hadrian's Wall has been a very successful roll and write game where you are one of those assignees from the Roman Emperor who has been assigned to build a portion of the Hadrian Wall. Now, what you will be allowed to do in the solo campaign, which is officially available to download on BGG file section under Hadrian's Wall entry, is going to be that you will be playing through 16 different missions, which are representative of the 16 forts that were built across the Hadrian's Wall. And each of those forts is going to have a little history panel about why the fort was built, or what the strength or what the requirement of that fort was, and then accordingly what are you going to be doing slightly differently, what are the slight rule changes that you will have to go through, what are the victory point conditions for that solo playthrough, so you can play by yourself and earn up points in that solo playthrough. Plus, there are going to be certain challenges as well, which are actually a step above. So if you are interested in the solo version of Hadrian's Wall and want something to challenge yourself, get the file. That's it from me. Happy gaming.
Today we're going to take a look at a game that's going to directly feed into our Tom Thinks later on, and that is Age of Steam. Age of Steam came out 20 years ago. It was a game that was, at the time it came out, it actually cracked my top 10 when it came out. I was so enamored with it.
Whoa, what's with this hideous, ugly old cover going on here?
That's actually not the oldest cover.
No, but it's not the newest. Mike,
We're offended.
what's
Chris is
going on?
offended.
What are you talking about?
Your boy Ian O'Toole has a new cover for Age of Steam.
Since when?
Oh, you mean for that really nice version?
Yeah.
that I don't know how many, that was backed on Kickstarter, I think, and it doesn't matter. Age of Steam is a train game. Have either of you played it?
No.
I've not. I've played Steam. Not that that makes this less confusing.
Have you played Railroad Tycoon?
You mean Railways of the World?
Yes.
There's too many.
Real
too many
quick, I
I
similar
played the
names.
computer game Railroad Tycoon.
No, that's a great game, though. So, Age of Steam was the original game. Then there was a big dispute over who designed it, whether it was the designer or the publisher. They probably co-designed it, but there was a confusion on that sense. So they split, and the designer then, Martin Wallace, went to Mayfair, and they made Steam, which is almost the exact same as Age of Steam, with some major differences, but more like in an auction sort of way. They changed auctions. In the meantime, Martin Wallace worked with Glenn Drover to make Railroad Tycoon, which changed to Railways of the World once they lost that license. So there are 3 games out there that essentially all follow the same thing.
Which one's your favorite?
Probably Railways of the World, because it's it's big and sprawling, and it's very forgiving. Age of Steam, not even a little forgiving. In Age of Steam, it's you build tracks, you pick up cubes and deliver them. If I go one turn before you, I pick up that cube and deliver it. And I liked it at first a lot. It's actually dropped quite a bit for me. There's 2 things I don't like about it. One is auction for turn order. And as I was explaining to the guys on 5 Tribes, they were playing here the other day, that bugs me some, because if you mess up on auctioning for turn order, you can lose a game. And in Age of Steam, that's for sure.
I'm one of those people with those turn auctions. I just don't pay for anything unless I
Yeah, but in Age of Steam,
have to.
it's worse because Chris might really care, and I might care almost as much. But if he bids higher than me, you're going second. I have a problem with that.
Oh.
But that might have changed in one of the rule sets, so don't hold me to that. But the other one is just really tight.
Yeah.
So at some point, I'm like, oh, I set this up, you're upgrading things. It's really good, but it's unforgiving, and you can spiral into debt and lose. My very first game, I lost because I got too much debt, and I could not pull out of it, and I lost. And at the time, I was like, I didn't know games could do that. That's interesting. Let's play again. Now, it would be like, I would rage quit, probably.
You don't like games with debt mechanisms.
I don't.
Yeah.
And Martin Wallace and Age of Steam has a very strong catch-up mechanism, because you pay a certain amount of upkeep every round, where you basically go back on the point track. The farther you are, the farther it pushes you back. So sometimes I want to get 1 less point, so I only go back 4 rather than get the extra point and go back 6. It's very similar to income tax. if I make it political. I think there's definitely a group of people who like it. There's maybe 200 different maps for it. There's even a map of the surface of the sun, which makes no sense.
Who else is going to build the trains up there? If you're not, be first, be last, or be best. And on the sun,
or be
you can
burnt.
be all 3 of those.
I don't think, anyway. So, this is a game that has changed gaming. This game has had a lot of influence on train games in general. Still very highly regarded. If you're watching this and you've never played it, though, you don't have to. Don't feel like you need to go hunt it down and play it. Railroad Tycoon or Railways of the World is a looser game, but will probably satisfy you. And then Steam also exists, which is very similar, but the auction part, they changed a lot. And you can also use the same maps in both.
Really?
Yes, you can. Then there's some people like, not this one map. Yes, but most maps you can.
Also, you said 200. There's
a couple
plenty
options.
Of maps. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, I played probably 10 different maps on it. I'm feeling pretty good with the system. I think it was a lot of fun. It was good. It takes a certain type of person to enjoy the game, and I'll have more to say on that when we get to Tom Thinks. But today, Age of Steam, it was a great game. Now it's merely good. Come at me.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, today we are talking about The Ghosts Betwixt. Ooh. This is a dungeon crawl game set in the early 90s, right next to, by the way, a disc golf course, and I love disc golf. 'Tis the season. We are finally getting outside. The snow is thawed. It's time to get outside, play some disc golf. Fresh air plus exercise equals win.
And we might get trapped inside a haunted house.
In this game, at least.
Yeah.
All right, so in this game, you are a family who has lost a family member. You're trying to find them through this twisted, crazy haunted house maze thing. All right, so It is a dungeon crawl. There's just tons and tons and tons of stats in this game that you're keeping track of. Lots and lots of tokens and cards that you are using. This is a very, very, very intense dungeon crawl in terms of bulky rule set. And I say that in all the worst ways. This is a very hard game to jump into because of that, and then it's even harder to stay into.
Yeah, I so wanted to like this game. I liked what it was about. I liked what you were doing. I really liked it a lot. It's just all the other dungeon crawlers that I have played have had some type of maybe app or something assisting with the bookkeeping, and so I had yet to play one where I had to do all the bookkeeping, and it was rough. I had a really challenging time with it, and I really wanted to like it. I just didn't want to do any of the bookkeeping, so I couldn't like it like I wanted to.
This is the game that had 3 rulebooks, and as a result of having 3 rulebooks, and they were all pretty sizable rulebooks, by the way, like books, not just like a couple-page rulebooks, you were constantly taken out of the game, out of the plot of the game, out of the theme of the game, and into the minutia of the game, into the bookkeeping of the game. And for that reason, this was a pass for us. I mean, we've more or less finished the campaign, but it was not enjoyable. We were not sticking with the plot. We were not enjoying our time.
But what Ryan and I really want to know in the comments below, are you also a disc golfer? We're just curious if you are as well, and what your favorite course is in your hometown. But if you want to find out more from us, you can find us on Facebook or YouTube. We are Ryan and Bethany at Board Game Reviews. Well, everybody, this is Ryan and Bethany. Hoping you have a happy, healthy breakfast. Bye, guys.
Everybody.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Cuphead, the fast dice rolling game. Playing Cuphead is quite easy. You have a number of phases you're going to go through. You're going to put a boss out, and at the top will tell you how many hit points they have based on the number of players. Then you'll put out 3 cards, and you will set the timer for 20 seconds, and you will roll the dice as quickly as possible. So a few rules of playing this. You're trying to place a dice that matches that icon in the slot that it's there. You can go ahead and move forward, but once you place something forward, you can't go back and play. So let's say I rolled a foot here, and I was able to place this foot out. I could then play a pea shooter if it only has 1 icon. What's going to allow me to do is damage him at the end of the turn. If it doesn't have any more of the icons, I would continue to roll until maybe it'll put something out on the board. Now, say I didn't want to get that, or time is running out, I could go ahead and try to move forward in the order if I wanted to. So the way it's going to happen is at the end of the round, I would make that. I would do 1 damage to him. These 2 would block it. And this one I didn't do anything, so I would lose 1 of my hit points. If the players lose hit points and cannot heal, they lose the game. If they're able to go through the entire deck and get to the end of it, beating all 3 phases, they win the game. So this does bring the video game to your board gaming table. And what you're going to have is they have 8 different villains to go through, which is nice and much really unexpected with a game of this nature. The artwork is fantastic, and it looks like the video game. And it nails that in spades. Now, as for the gameplay, frantically trying to roll the dice as quickly as possible, I guess that's an easy mechanism to kind of make this mass market. And I think it's fun. It's fun enough for what you're expecting from a Cuphead game. This game does bring the difficulty over from the video game. This game is extremely difficult for us, and we hardly ever win it, to be honest, which is just like the video game. There's a little bit about this game that's not pulled me in, the jumping and kind of the platforming of the video game. But as for the difficulty, the look of it, the frantic dice rolling, I think that all plays into the video game. So I think the video game and the board game match a little bit. The game is okay. It's not the greatest game in the world, but it does have a pretty good solo variant. For me, it's going to be a keeper.
All right, let's take a look at what's happening this week. So, first of all, the Spring Spectacular is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then there will be no videos on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
No.
Taking a 4-day weekend there, and we'll be back next Tuesday with Board Game Breakfast, and all the stuff that normally happens on Monday will be happening on Tuesday. But let's talk about the Spring Spectacular. So we're doing Board Game Breakfast currently.
That is correct.
Check.
All right.
Then we're doing, after that, Dungeons, Dice, and Danger, Explorers, a couple roll and write games, and then we got Jeff and Jen coming on giving some segments. At 1, we're going to have the premiere, I would consider it episode 0. In fact, I might talk to Eric and call it episode 0 of the At the Table with Tom and Eric, our new podcast / live video show that we will be doing on, I think it's every other Monday. Then part 1 of our Game and Talk series, we did one on Townfolk Tussle. So Chris split that into 2 sections. So part 1 will be today, and part 2 will be
probably
Wednesday. Then later on today,
Nailed
we're
it.
playing Decorum and Mountains Out of Molehills. And then we'll end the day with Luza and Dan giving some stuff. You're going to see all kinds of different contributors here. I hope you enjoy them. Tomorrow, Quest Kids. Big Bads of Tolk's Cave, an expansion for that. I'll be playing that with my kids. Bard Sung, we're playing that one live. Shoots of Marbles, of course, with the fan favorites. And Last Light from Roy Candidate himself. Wednesday, we're playing the Wizard of Oz adventure book game, The Paradox Initiative. Crowd surfing on Wednesday. The top 10 games for the classroom. Me, Mike, and Z will be going through our favorite, or the games we think are best for the classroom.
All 3 of you happen to have been teachers at one point in your lives, so quite apropos.
I'm not an English teacher, so I don't know what that means. That's a joke. All right. Dodo's Riding Dinos, which Chris is inordinately excited about, and Dead Reckoning. On Thursday, we got a board game breakfast. Echoes, 25 words or less. The big thing on Thursday, we're doing the Dice Tower Award nominations. We know what they are, but you don't. But you'll find out Thursday.
Surprise!
Get on board. Skull Canyon, which we talked about earlier. First Empires. Marvel Unmatched. And we're ending the whole thing on a Foursquare review of Marvel Unmatched. So, lots of stuff coming. I hope you all enjoy it. And we got lots of cool stuff coming next week, too. But we'll worry about that a week from
later.
now. So that's what's coming from the Dice Tower this week.
Good morning, Board Game Breakfast. My name is Amanda, and I'm here today to talk to you about a game that I'm really looking forward to playing in the future. And this week, that game is a game that I've backed on Kickstarter, that I'm waiting for it to deliver, and that is So You've Been Eaten. So You've Been Eaten is a game that pits a space miner against a space beast, where the miner is trying to gather crystals and get out, and the beast is trying to digest the miner or expel it using its immune system. So the beast is sort of like pushing down cards that have different bacteria and the crystals on it, and the miner is trying to reorganize the cards, get rid of them, kill off the bacteria, and grab the crystals. I got to play it with a friend on Tabletop Simulator the other day, and it gave me some pretty deep Under Falling Skies feels, and so that's going to be the game that I am playing in the meantime, Under Falling Skies. So this is a solo-only game, but has a lot of the same kind of there's a mothership, right, that's dropping little fighter spaceships at you, and you're trying to shoot them before they get to your base at the bottom, or Washington, D.C., which for me is an important city to defend, because it's where I live. So Under Falling Skies is going to be the game that I'm playing while I am waiting for So You've Been Eaten to deliver, and I'm pretty excited to play So You've Been Eaten and feel like the push and pull between 2 actual people as opposed to just how it happens from the game box. Anyway, that's me. Hope you have a great breakfast. Talk to you
later. All right, so a couple of weeks ago, Reiner Knizia's game Tigers and Euphrates fell into the top 100, making it. How do you deal with this every day? Making it.
He wakes me up in the morning
with that noise sound effect. Get off! Making it so that he had no game in the top 100. But then there was a bunch of people got upset about that, and I guess they raised their rankings anyway. It got back in the top 100. I haven't even looked for today's purposes. What number do you think it is right now? Do you think it is 100?
Yep.
Well, you say yeah.
98.
No, I'm looking up here.
97.
No, 97's correct.
Oh, very cool.
They bumped it up that much.
Last week,
Some
Mike and I
power.
did our top 100 games from Reiner Knizia. A man who's done 600 games. Very highly touted games. I'm sure you've heard his name spoken in somewhat hushed terms of respect.
Who is this person that I have? No.
That is a lie. Tigers and Euphrates, Through the Desert, Blue Moon City, Ra,
Marshmallow Test.
Amun Ray.
Let's be clear.
Chris is still annoyed we put it so low.
It's fine.
So, does that matter? And here's the thing. If you go look at the top 100 on Board Game Geek, and I'm actually not talking specifically about Reiner Knizia, I think he's a fine designer, but he definitely is a designer who is more well known for his games from years ago. He has some newer stuff. with the new Millie Fury, the Quest for El Dorado. Then they didn't crack the top 100, but he's not. If you talk to people in gaming now and say, who's your favorite designers? Usually not Reiner Knizia. Even amongst Eurogamers, it might be Vital Lacerda or Uwe Rosenberg or Stefan Feld or whoever the newest hotness guy is, or lady. But if I go through the top 100 games here, most of them are designed recently. And does it matter that Knizia fell out of the top 100? Does that mean anything?
Citizen Kane's not the #1 rated movie on most websites anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
I think time changes things. It just does. And if we're not changing things, are we progressing as a society?
But I posit this. I think games are getting better. I really do. I think that older games, there are some classic older games, and you can even argue and say there's no flaws in them, which I might argue Tigers and Euphrates. There's a reason Yell and Yangtze exists, because he was like, I can change a few things.
sure.
Age of Steam, which we talked about earlier, is 127, and that was definitely also in the top 10. Martin Wallace is no longer the hottest game designer, and things change, but I think we learn about games. We were talking about this in the studio on Saturday with my game group, and we were talking about older games and how there are flaws in older games sometimes, and we've learned to do things better. I got a lot of feedback from my co-hosts who were incorrect in the top 10 when I talked about how Tikal had 10 action points, and how we've learned that giving people that many action points and that many things to do in return doesn't make gameplay go smoother. Nowadays, it's very short and sweet. Yes, there's like Pandemic 4 action, but we're also all working together, so that's not as big of a deal. But you do a few things in return. We learned that it's better to make games simultaneous if possible. We learned how to make it so that one card is not overpowered in a deck. Designers are just getting better because they're building on the backs of thousands of games.
Yeah, there's just so much knowledge and so much growth that's happened.
I mean,
So I agree a lot with that.
yeah, I mean, arts and sciences both get better over time. As you said, you learn from previous artists and scientists and stuff. You know, no one could convince me that medieval art is, holds a candle to what we can do with modern art today.
Right.
You just won't be able to convince me of that. And so with gaming, I don't know. I would agree. I think that in general, the average design is hopefully better today than it was 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, there's standouts. It's funny that you say Martin Wallace is no longer one of the hottest designers. Brass Birmingham's like #3 on BGG.
Sure. No. I get that Brass Birmingham, but that is a reprint of an older game. And I'm saying
It's
that
a redevelopment. It actually feeds into your point.
His name still doesn't have that swing. And to that end, Age of Steam here on Board Game Geek has just shy of 10,000 votes. Probably the number of Age of Steam copies, I remember earlier that they were talking about a thread of how many sold, and it might be 25,000. Wingspan sold that in their like 6th print run.
So there's just more people.
Right. I mean, even though these games are very highly touted, there's a very small subsection of people who even want to play them. But I want to be really clear. I'm not saying negative things about Reiner Knizia, Martin Wallace, and all these people. They make great stuff, and they also made games that are the building blocks. And some of these older designers can't shift with the time. I'm not necessarily talking about those two, although I would argue that Reiner Knizia is still kind of designing the same way. Oh, except for his Quest for El Dorado, this deck building game. But
yeah, and then the Siege of Rundar game is. I mean, there's times where some of these designers do surprise you.
And Martin Wallace definitely also had a switch too, where he designed a bunch of lighter games.
And then things like Wildlands.
That's what I mean, Wildlands and things like that.
Yeah, and someone in the chat commented like medieval art still has its place, absolutely, and there's still place for people to really love and appreciate it. It's almost like you have to be a little bit more studied to appreciate medieval art.
I think it was Stephen King who said that you have to read a lot of really bad books, read a lot of them to be able to know how to make something better. And I think it's the same way in games. You have to have played a lot of games, know a lot of games, and so with time, more games come out and more people have made those mistakes, so you can learn from them.
And I want to be clear, I think medieval art sucks. All right? I hate it. Okay? But to the point, and then I saw someone in chat like, oh, medieval art or whatever, it's great. Fantastic. That's a difference of opinion. I'm not saying medieval art is objectively bad. Just like I'm not saying older games are objectively bad, although I would argue that games are objectively getting better. If only because they're learning mechanisms. Deck building and worker placement didn't exist 30 years ago, or 35 years ago. I forget the exact date. Actually, it's maybe 40 years. We'll say 40 years ago, so I'm safe. But they didn't exist. So games didn't use those because the people didn't, those things hadn't been invented yet. Graphic design gets better. It's cleaner. It's easier to read. The printing presses for companies have gotten better. We've learned how to make better components for a more inexpensive price. So I think that as a whole, board games are getting better. That does not diminish classics, and it doesn't diminish if you think, for example, chess is the greatest game ever designed. That's fine. But I also don't think it's a big deal if someone falls out of the top 100. I don't think there's anything wrong with people liking newer stuff more than older stuff, and I 100% think that nobody needs to go back and have to play all these old games to be considered a gamer. I think you could play only games from 2022, and I would say you're a gamer. I might recommend maybe if you said, hey, should I play? I mean, hey, try this out. But you don't have to. You don't have to play Dominion and Age of Steam and Ticket to Ride and Catan and all these classics to be considered anything. And I mean that even as a content creator, I don't think you have to play all this stuff. Because you can't!
There's so much out
that
there.
back catalog would grow immensely large every single year.
I only done it because I've been gaming for that long. So I'm fortunate to have been along for the ride. And even then, I've missed most of Sid Saxon's games. You know. Anyway,
And
I'm not
look,
saying Cult of the New is good.
But if you're not playing the royal game of Ur, are you really even a content creator?
I have not actually played that. Have you?
No, absolutely not.
I probably would if someone brought a copy. I'd play at least 10 minutes of it to see how it worked.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so I don't think it's that big of a deal if someone falls out of the top 100. It doesn't make them any less of a designer. It is weird sometimes when we look at the top 100, but you have to realize what the Board Game Geek top 100 is. It's people playing hot, very specific games. These are games that cater towards gamers. If you look at the most ranked games, then you have a very different look. You'll see Wingspan and Catan and Ticket to Ride and things like that, or the People's Choice top 100 from Dice Tower each year. You know,
it's decent. It's a decent sample, yeah.
So anyway, that's what I think this week. Love you, Nitya.
Hey, it's Oliver, and you guys know that I have a lot of stuff going on. So I tend to like to play shorter games because of things like homework, filming YouTube videos, playing video games, and so much more. And the game I'm going to be talking about today is Point Salad. This game is a tableau building game. You can play it for pretty much, like, all ages, pretty much. It's, like, super easy. And let me tell you, it's easy in all areas. It's easy to set up, it's easy to teach, it's easy to play, it's easy to have fun, because that's the most important part. It's the most fun game on earth, almost. It was, like, very close to my top one, so pretty close. So basically, the mechanics, so the point cards, like if you get enough vegetables for a certain point card, it adds up all the points, and soon you have 200 billion points, and it is the most amazing thing ever. You are known as the Point Salad Champion. And it is just an amazing game. I had a lot of fun with it this year, or like last year, 2021, and it was amazing. I played it a lot. It's probably my most played game that year, so. Alright guys, so check out my channel, Codes Nanotype. I made that name up like 40 years ago, so you can go check out me when I was a baby and me when I was now. So, have a great breakfast. Bye, guys.
Hello, Proti here, your Romanian content creator, and today I will continue my series where I will talk about a specific part of a game, and today we will talk about Quacks of Quedlinburg. Quacks of Quedlinburg is a push your luck game where you draw ingredients out of your bag and put them in your cauldron. You want to stop so that at a specific point so that you get points and buying power or currency for that specific round. But if you push your luck too much and you get a certain amount of white ingredients, then your cauldron explodes and you have to decide between points and buying power. The buying power is interesting. Why? Because you can buy different ingredients and put them into your bag. This makes the game not just a push your luck game, but a bag builder game. And those different ingredients have different abilities which help you during your, let's say, usement or helps you when you use the ingredients and try to get as far as possible on your cauldron. And I want to talk today about one specific ingredient. All the ingredients have like this type of two-faced types of abilities, but I will talk about this ability of the blue ingredient, which is like the one with just one ribbon. And this one is giving you the following possibility. When you draw one blue one out of your bag, you put it in your cauldron with a specific number, and then depending if you drew a 1, 2, or 4, this kind of ingredient, you have the possibility the next draw from your bag to be 1, 2, or 4 ingredients, and you choose one if you want to place it in your cauldron. And then you can place none and drop them back and then start a normal turn. And this is really interesting, and I really like this ingredient during Quakes of Quedlinburg because it's giving me the flexibility, even if I'm near to exploding, if I get the blue one, I will for sure get something else more out, because it's giving me the chance to look at the ingredients and put them back if I don't want them, or choose the one that I want to play. So this is a really nice ingredient that I wanted to mention in Quakes of Quedlinburg. Have a nice breakfast.
So this week we're reviewing other things, and one of the things I've enjoyed doing a lot with this segment in general is talking about the shows that we watch with our kid. And I guess we haven't done this for a while since you've joined the breakfast rotation
True.
now. And so the show that I'm talking about today is called Hilda.
Hilda.
Hilda's a Netflix animated series. I don't think it was anywhere else. I think it's exclusively for Netflix. And so I was recommended this because people said if you and your family enjoy watching things like Dragon Prince and Avatar: The Last Airbender and Gravity Falls, like that kind of show, this is something that has that kind of horror, but kind of, but cartoony, fun friends get together, work through things. Mm-hmm. And this is a show that sometimes I jump into a show right after watching and finishing something else. Like I think I finished watching Gravity Falls with our daughter, and so then we jumped into this one. And sometimes that's a mistake. I feel like there should be like a buffer period, because this was a really hard show for me to get into for the first season. But then by the second season, I found myself really interested, and I don't know, you watched it as well.
I felt drawn in from the beginning. I didn't hop off of another TV show, so that might be part of it. But I definitely feel like it progressed, and the character growth and the stories and everything, all of that. I feel like the second season had kind of a more overarching story that you were invested in than the first season. But
it must be, because I watched one episode and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. They're like, oh, well, this guy, I was like, oh, okay, never mind, I'll just watch.
Oh, you just watched like a random episode in the middle?
It was definitely from the second season. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I think the show writing is tighter in the second season, but it takes a little more investment.
But it calls back a lot from the first season, the monsters, the characters, the friends, all of that.
Yeah, it's a neat adventure-y type show. I like, the lead girl, Hilda. She's cool. It's funny, though, because the first 2 episodes of the show are not necessarily representative of the rest of it. Because they live off in the woods in the middle of like this monster-filled valley, and so she just gets to explore on her own, just be back by nightfall. And there's something I really like about that kid adventuring. It's almost like a Legend of Zelda. Like, let's go in the woods and just
see what happens.
See what there is. And then at some point they move to the city in the first season, and then it feels like a fish out of water tale, because there's this kind of like wildlands girl who now lives in the city. That transition was jarring, and I didn't love that. So I feel like by the time I got to the second season, she began to explore more, and it became more of that exploration type focus thing. You like open world games.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. How does this compare to, I can only use ones I've seen. So how does it compare to like Steven Universe or Adventure Time?
I've only seen parts of Steven Universe. I liked this better, but I think that partly is just because it's for our daughter, and so it's more invested. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere in that same vein. I haven't actually watched either of those shows.
I think you would like Adventure Time, actually.
Probably. It's been recommended to me, as well, multiple times.
There's not absurdity in this, which, when I think of Adventure Time, I think of...
There is definitely absurdity in Adventure Time, yes.
This just has, like, fun, magical monsters that initially you're not sure if they're real or they're not, but then they are, and that's not a spoiler. That happens in the first whatever, but... Yeah, I don't know. There's fun adventure. It's all about adventure and kid growing, relationships growing, learning to be different, learning to be yourself. I don't know, lots of that stuff.
I think it's a really good show to watch as a family because there's family dynamics and growth that happens when you move, when you have these big adventures, when parents are concerned about their kid going off on their own, but trying to be okay with that. There's a lot of good family dynamics and a lot of good conversation you can have around it, but also the show itself is really fun. The end of the second season, it ends with this kind of cliffhangery moment, and instead of a third season, there's a movie to kind of wrap up the whole story, and the movie was really good. So overall, I enjoyed the series. It is finished. And I think that's a nice thing, too, is that you can watch this 2 seasons and a movie.
All righty, cool.
All right.
Hey everyone, Jeff from Tabletop Toolbox here, and folks, this is it. This is my #1 of my top 10 things and stuff of 2021. And if you've been paying any attention, well then you probably already know what it is. The Dice Tower Retreat, the Retreat, the Dice Tower Retreat, the Dice Tower Retreat, the Dice Tower Retreat. But first, I'm going to tell you something about myself that I don't really talk about that much with other folks, and that is that I don't do very well in social situations. I'm not much of a group person kind of a guy. I won't go as far as to say that I have social anxiety disorder, but I don't know, maybe I do. I've been a performer ever since I was 8 years old, so the idea of this, interacting one-to-many, entertaining people, has always come pretty naturally to me. But but the idea of a group environment, of working with other people, of trying to match my personality with theirs, of trying to listen and respond is much more difficult for me, especially when I don't have a script. Listen, I'll share with you a quick personal story from that week. It was Tuesday night and I was already in town out at a brewery grabbing some dinner. Tom had sent an email to everyone saying that the venue space was open and we could go game at any time. So I got back to the hotel, dropped some things off to my room, and took the elevator down to the lobby. I was nervous, so in the elevator out loud, I started to just pump myself up. I was pumping my fists. I said, you got this, you can do this, it's gonna be a great time, everything's gonna be awesome, go be you, go have fun. And then I looked up into the corner of the elevator and there was a security camera looking back down at me, and I laughed for the whole rest of the way down. 5 days later, I had met tons of new incredible people, and Stephen Bonacore. I had played dozens of new games and had one of the most incredible experiences of the year. I've already got my ticket to this year's retreat, and I'm so thankful to be free of the anxiety that I felt last year. If you've never been to one of these events, then you owe yourself the experience to check it out. Of course, if you also struggle with social anxiety, or you just don't feel like it's the right event for you, that's obviously the decision that you need to make for yourself. But if you do go and you still just feel like you're not able to bridge the gap, if you're not able to find that courage to just sit down with a table of strangers, well then come find me. I'd be glad to play a game with you. I'll see you then. Cheers.
Want to point out again, retreat is sold out, but, and I mean, there's a waiting list, but there's a good amount of people on the waiting list at this point. You can still email me to get on it. But Dice Tower East, which is like a big retreat, is not sold out. So you can come in and join that. Hey, we're going to continue on here. We're going to end breakfast, but we're going to continue on with the Spring Spectacular. So the next thing up is Dungeons, Dice, and Danger. That'll be me, Z, and Chris will be teaching us that game. And then Wendy, Camilla, and Mike will be playing Explorers after that. And then Jeff, who you just saw, will be coming back with some more stuff, as well as Jen, the board game librarian. All that stuff coming to you in just a few minutes. But until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
I'm Chris Yee.
Have fun arguing about art.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vassell and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Spring Spectacular, the continuing coverage of Dungeons, this time Dice. We're going to play and Danger right now.
But wait, really?
Oh.
Dungeons, Dice, and Danger, all of it. That's right.
There's a contest first.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay,
I'm
well,
getting there. I'm
I'm
building
sorry.
it up. I'm building up the hype. So this is a Richard Garfield roll and write game themed about going through a dungeon using dice and facing danger. If you would like to win a copy of this,
he knows his stuff.
You can go ahead and enter a contest. Email us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word danger. I think you can figure out why. So yes, so it'll be for 2 copies, and this contest will be worldwide. What? So I'd like to thank Aaliyah for sponsoring this one. What we're going to do now is we're going to show you how it plays. So remember, if you like it, go ahead and enter that contest. There's a roll and write game here. We're going to be using a pool of shared dice. Oh, perfect. I can be right here.
Z's in there too.
Don't touch my stuff.
All right, so we're going to be playing the 3 of us here. There are 4 maps that are included in this game.
I'll play with mine way out here.
There's 4 maps included in the game. We're going to be playing with the first one here called Annoyed Animals. There's Annoyed Animals. There's also Clumsy Cultists, Puzzled Pyramid, and then the Defiant Dinosaurs.
Ooh.
So we're playing with Annoyed Animals?
We're going to be playing it. This is the first one here in the set, Annoyed Animals, and there's big pads of each. This is a roll and write game. What we're going to be doing is the first player is going to be the active player. They'll roll the dice, and we're doing kind of like a can't stop type thing. We're going to make 2 pairs of the dice, of the white dice here. Each of us get to make our own pairs. So with this, 2, 2, 4, 6. Oh, is the green screen on? Let's test that out.
Oh!
Look at that.
The dice just got bigger.
All right, so
Bigger stakes.
You could choose whatever combination you want. You can use 2 and 2 to make 4, and then 4 and 6 to make 10. Or you could use, you know what I mean? You could do 2 and 8, or 2 and 6 to make 8, 2 and 4 to make 6, so on and so forth. The active player, whoever rolled the dice, can use the black die as one of their 2 combinations. The other players cannot, unless they check off one of these boxes right here. Everyone has 3 uses that they can use the black die out of their normal turn order, if you're not the active player rolling the die. Once we've done that, we'll cross off those numbers here on our player sheet. There's green starting rooms on the left and on the right side here. So with, for example, 7 and 8, I could cross off room 7 and room 8 here on my player sheet. You have to adventure adjacent to rooms that you've already crossed off. The green one's
starting rooms, yeah.
Yeah, or starting rooms, correct. You can do any of the starting rooms. And then you just are going to be adventuring through the sheet here. We're going to be trying to slay these monsters, these beasties, and I believe that's a trademark Z Garcia word.
Beastie.
Beasties.
Trademarked.
Pretty sure there's a... Anyway, there's a group of people who might have that already. But go ahead.
Yeah, and they owe me money.
All them boys. All right.
So yeah, we're just crossing off those numbers. In order to be able to defeat a monster, you see how some of these monsters have a number that's already highlighted in black here. So for example, the purple pup, you can do damage to him once we've built a pathway of adjacent paths here to him, and we can hit him on number 11s. However, once we cross off this room right here, this 3, because it's a darker gray room, you'd actually fill in the number 3 over here next to him, and now you can hit this guy on 3s and 11s. Same thing with the number 4. Each time you do a damage to him, you cross off one of these boxes. The first person to do all 4 damage gets to collect the bigger reward here on the side, 2 gems.
Ooh.
3 points each for each of those gems. Bam, shown right down here. And any subsequent players who do the 4 damage will get to collect 1 gem from
Suckers!
Yeah. The big beast in the middle here is the beefy bearpian, but then there's also the primal hare and the punk hare. You can see he's got that Roy Canada haircut going on. So.
Oh, look at him.
So the game ends when any player on their sheet defeats all of the monsters.
It's so green.
Yeah, let's pop that green screen back off.
Oh, yes. Or on.
Or on, yeah. There we go. So any questions on the rules? Oh, there's also treasure chests. If you get the treasure chest, you can collect one of these 3 bonuses. More health. Oh, I didn't explain health.
I was going to ask, why do we have health points, Chris?
You're going to get wrecked. There's also lanterns here.
Mike Delicia moment.
That was a very quick explanation. How do health points work? You're going to get wrecked. Got it.
All right, so basically,
understood.
When the dice are rolled, if you cannot use both combinations that you make,
that's going to happen to me all the time.
All the time. If you can't use the combinations, for each combo that you can't use, you take 1 point of damage. And this health bar right here along the side starts at 0, goes all the way down to -20. So that's going to affect your end game score.
There's also a skull there. Does that mean you die?
Yes.
Yes.
You're eliminated.
You're done
from
adventuring.
the game.
Well, thanks for clarifying it from the game.
Well, just want to make sure.
So yeah, if you collect treasures, you get either more health or these 2 torches. You can use 2 torches to just cross off any rooms that you want, following adjacency rules and stuff. The third one down here, I guess I can show it on the green screen. Bam! This one down here gives you more uses of the black die, even out of turn order when you're not the active player rolling.
Ooh, where is that?
This is any treasure chest you get.
Oh, you pick one of them.
You pick one of the 3. So the torch, remind me, Chris, the torch is you cross off one of the red boxes there and you use any number instead of using a combination of 2 dice?
In addition to.
So it's 2 combos and that is another number? So that would be 2 and 10.
And 6.
And then whatever I want?
Sure, yeah. So if you had this, you could cross off 2, a room with a 2. You could cross off a room with a 10. And then you could say, hey, I'm going to use one of my torches and cross off this 7.
Right, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And you can use those torches whenever you want.
That's a sucker move using a 7. You should never do that. You're going to just roll 7s.
You know what?
Use it on a 13, for example. Or maybe a -2. That's much harder to roll.
I noticed that we have all the combos for the turn 1. So their first roll, we're safe.
We're safe. It would take,
absolutely.
Unless you roll 4 1s.
It would take genius level intellect to mess up your first turn.
If you roll 4 1s, then whoever rolls
start again, okay?
Whoever rolls a black die is like.
That's really that's particularly powerful. That's called the Queen's Gambit opening.
Actually, we would use a black die then.
I wouldn't. No, you only have 3 for the entire game.
You'll take a hit over using it?
I'll take the hit instead.
All
right. Last thing here. There's certain rooms here that are marked with the little the fist symbol. If you cross off 5 of those ones, you get a bonus here. If you're the first person to do it, you get 3 gems versus 1 gem if any subsequent player. Also, this one here says that if you have connected green starting rooms on the left to the green starting rooms on the right with 1 contiguous path, you'll get 3 gems. Any subsequent players to do it will get 1 gem.
There's also, we should point out, some rooms just show 2 dice with an equal sign. That means just 2 dice that are the same no matter what the total is. And then some of them, like that fist one with the 4, has to be done with a 4 and 2 dice that match.
Really?
They each have to be a 2.
Really?
Yes.
That seems really difficult.
It's very difficult. There's also one over here in the lower right that says 2 dice that equal the same and the total has to be a 2. That's done with 2 1s.
I'm learning so much from you, master. Wait, but I don't understand the 6 one.
That's done with 2 3s.
All right, let's pop off that green screen.
The really tricky one is one of the other maps has 2 dice that equal the same, but the room has to be done with a 9. And I've yet to crack that one.
Tom, we'll let you go ahead and roll the dice first.
All right.
What a sucker. Everybody knows there's a
4
massive first player disadvantage in this game.
All right. So
okay.
Actually, I think there is. It's at the beginning you can cross off any number.
Oh, it's huge.
Can you cross off 1, 2? Like, so can I go 4 and then 3 if I wanted to?
Yes.
Well,
there's no way to do that now, but yes.
Let me be more specific than. Never mind. I can't.
You can do the 5, then that 9.
Yes. Okay. That's so I can do the 5 then a 9 right now.
Yes. There you go.
But I'm not using
these
that 1 then.
These starting rooms are available to you the whole game. You can always come back and do one.
I'm
so
going to do that. I'm
better to
going to
kind of start moving out. Yeah.
And I'm going to do the 9, and that lets me fill in my 9 here, which lets me punch this queen, the green growler, in the face.
You know it.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do, Tom?
You're going to copy me?
Exactly the same thing.
Okay, next time I'll be more secretive about what I'm doing.
No, you should definitely tell me everything you're doing.
I'm going to do the 8 and the 6 here.
Oh, hold on. Somebody wants to be different.
Oh, the most boring of moves.
Let's go.
What are you gonna do, Tom?
You don't have to declare it.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm using my danger password thing.
Okay.
Doing the 9 over here so I can hit that green growler with 9s, and then what do I want to do with my 3?
So he did copy us. He just did it a turn
Oh
later.
no, Tom! What am I gonna do?
Can you go through a monster room after you've defeated it?
After you've defeated
Yes.
it, yeah. But if it still has health, you cannot go to the other side.
All right, I'm gonna do 3 over here,
We're going through
and I'm gonna hit
to
this
the
guy
other
once
side.
for 9. Psh, in the face. First blood. I drew first blood.
I do first blood, not him.
You punch that green growler.
I don't think that's
Tom.
how it works. Like, well, then your arrest was legal, sir.
They drew first blood is actually what he says. But anyway, all right, that's what I rolled, guys. That 3, that's only for me, okay? Nobody used that 3.
I'll do what I want, Garcia.
Okay, but you have to cross off one of these.
I'm gonna start hitting other monsters, a 6, and I'm gonna punch this guy in the face again with another 9. Boom, boom.
I'm going to use these double 4s as duplicates, and then 7.
Is there an 8 that needs a double?
Yeah. Where is it? I thought I just saw one. There's one of each.
I don't see the 8. Oh, that's down here. He was not there. Underneath the. Would you run from a beefy bearpian?
Yes. Of
Would I
course.
run from it?
8.
I don't know if I'd be capable. I would probably freeze. It's a bear with a scorpion tail, and it doesn't have a normal snout.
All right, for those watching.
All right.
Look at that thing.
How scary is that from 1 to 10? With 10 being,
Very scary.
beyond all measure, you wet your pants and can't move. And a 1 is you try to pet it.
Roll the dice.
Huh. It's not that scary. I mean, it's kind of scary. It's a bear with the tail of a scorpion, but
I would say like
it's not that much
a bear
scarier
spider
than like
would
a
scare
bear.
me.
You know what I mean?
A bear spider would scare me
Yeah.
more. I'm gonna go with a 7 on the scary. Oh, 3 1s. I tried, guys.
Well, that's garbage.
Yeah, but I got that 2 I can work with. You guys could also use it if you want.
No,
We
I don't want to.
could. Yeah,
You
so
could use it if you want
1116
to.
means that we don't have a lot of different options.
Ooh, Tom, that's straight evil.
Ooh, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right, I'm gonna actually punch this monster with an 8 since I can.
Darn it.
Oh man, I
And then
might
that
have to
gives me
use one.
That gives me a 2, so I gotta use this lousy 2 up here.
no.
Yeah, I'm going to probably use that black die right now. No.
All right, let's see.
3, huh?
M-Toxify says that they would ride it.
What?
No. That tail would come up and hit you.
It'll kill you from the back of your neck.
Someone said a 1. No one's
7,
petting that. Come on now.
7.
It has red eyes. Red eyes is bad. What has red eyes that's good?
You've gotten a lot of
dogs? Doggies?
You got a lot of comments back on that Darkest Doom playthrough where you said, like, when has a crow or a raven ever been a positive
Oh,
thing?
and every single one of those was a very outside edge case where the crow raven did something that was kind of good. Baloney. They're bad guys.
Crow
Straight
Raven?
evil.
What?
What are
Raven?
your thoughts on Odin? Good guy, bad guy. Are we set?
Yeah.
Odin, have you seen the way he treats his kids? He's pretty bad.
He is really
No,
terrible.
he's
Let's make that
fine.
perfectly clear. But he does have
I
ravens.
take from you your lunch.
I drink thine milkshake.
Whoever holds this lunchbox, if they be worthy, shall possess the fruity pebbles of Thor.
9, I'm going to punch
That's
this.
what you rolled?
That's what I rolled.
I hate it.
3, I'm going to punch that wolf. Double wolf punches.
We need to stop rolling.
But
Why'd
instead
you
of
roll?
using that white one, I'm gonna use the
Oh,
black one.
no. So 6 and 6, that's great. 9 and 3, that's great.
Someone said, I don't think it's the red eyes you need to worry about. The mighty beefy bearpian.
9 and 3,
Oh,
5 and 7.
I can hit with 6s, right? Is that double 6s? Wah, 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 wah. In your face.
Double 6s?
What are you hitting with 6s? Oh, you're attacking the Greyhound?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
That bust will
called,
never be
Tom.
the same.
Thank you, sir.
Are you copying me again?
100%. I'm very slow at this game. Yes!
Interesting.
Oh, guys, this is awesome for me. So I'm killing 2 enemies in 1 shot.
No
No way.
I lied. Sorry, I'm only killing 1.
Okay. 9, I'm going to beat up that green growler.
But I definitely killed the 6 dude over here, so y'all can cross
6. Bloom.
Where do I
Which
keep
one
track
did
of my
you-
gems? So I do it down here?
Yeah, just mark off a
big
box
grid.
for each one. What did you kill? Which one?
The Greyhound.
Oh, he's already dead?
I freed him from his racing days by killing it.
You'll never race again.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
You're a monster. Here you go.
You old yeller did, huh?
Here you go, Tom.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
cried
you?
a lot.
No, it's me or you?
It's you.
No, that was my roll.
Yeah, that was Garcia's
That was my roll.
Yeah.
I just haven't used the black die yet.
All right, give me a black die. Give me a black die. La, ba, la, ba, la, ba. Yes.
Oh, man. Every time you're rolling those double ones. What's it like to be evil?
Evil.
Straight up evil.
So I'm looking around here.
Okay,
I
I
don't
can
like
do
my
that.
options.
Woof.
can do
This
that.
is
Too many
okay.
ones can hurt you.
Too many cooks, also.
Too many cooks.
All right, I did it, Tom. I did it quickly that time. I was so powerful.
You are faster than I. How about a 9 and a 6? I don't see any 6s. Oh, there's a starting 6 I haven't done yet. All right, I killed the other monster
4
here.
there.
Which one did you kill now?
The green growler.
Man, you are a murder machine. There's
I'm
a
a-
massive first player advantage. It
Go ahead,
turns
Chris.
out.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm rolling those bones. I'll be like 6s.
Okay.
Yeah,
can
but
work with
it
that,
makes me happy
actually.
when you roll that and then the other one's a 4. It takes away your fun.
Does
so
it?
I got 10 and 12. Shut up, or
10.
well, actually, we get 10 and 12 no matter what, right?
10.
Is that the,
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
10 and 12 no matter what, yes.
Darn it, I can't get this 12.
I did it.
I do the 10
I feel like I should
there.
use a 12 on a 12, but there isn't one.
10,
Oh,
I'm
you're not
crossing
there.
You off?
I mean, I could use it on that 12, but that seems like a
You
waste.
should
'cause-
definitely do it.
Well, why would I need to do that?
Well, you don't need to, but you'll take a hit if you don't do it.
No. I could do the 10 and then do this 12, the 2 dice being the
Yeah,
same.
you could
try.
use doubles.
You could try.
You could try if you wanna.
Okay, I need some 7s rolled here, Z.
There you go, 7.
7.
There it is. 7.
What? Ooh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
There it is.
It's a 7 and an 11 if you want to go that route.
I do want to go that route.
Go with it.
I want to punch the dog, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take this 11 instead. And then I'm going to move up here, and now the doors have been opened to the purple pup. Will I kill a pup as much as I would kill a dog? Never!
Gosh, I don't know if I can use that 7 actually.
I can do this and this.
That's rough, but I'm gonna
I
use
the black one. Okay, I did it.
So I'm gonna
Hey,
use the
Roy, see
11
the
to punch
links?
the purple pup,
Comment.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it.
I did it.
and then I'm gonna use the black die out of turn to get this 10 here. All right.
Has anyone even punched a bear yet?
The big nasty bearpian? No.
All right. Oh, what did you roll? I didn't even do it.
What do you mean you haven't done it? You just said like, oh yeah, 7.
You're right. I did do that.
Yeah, re-roll it. Garbage. Oh, it's
7
pretty
and
good, actually.
8. Or 10 and 5.
Man, you're so good at the rolling of the things.
10 and 5. Working 10 to 5.
Right. What
That's
a way
a
to
good
make
way
a
to.
living.
Oh, for 10 to 5 is not bad, actually.
5 and then
Working 10 to 5. What a way to earn an hour.
Which?
I'm gonna do
Which
that.
one? Who are you calling a witch?
I was thinking 5 to
that.
10. I reversed them in my mind. I was like 5 to 10.
10 or 8.
That'd be an early
10
morning
or 8.
shift.
10
Or
or
a late
8.
night shift. Which one would you do?
10 or 8, Tom. I'm gonna do that, and this puppy is down.
I think someone is asking, is the beefy bearpian the size of a bear or the size of a scorpion?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I would feel bad about being like, oh, look at him. And then he squash him.
Oh no. He has to be the size of, maybe they split the difference, maybe.
He's the size of like a
Of
small...
a cat?
No, between a bear and a scorpion, he'd be the size of like a large dog. Right?
Actually, I think that would scare me more.
That's
if you saw
worse?
something skitter in the room, that's like, think about this. It's the spider rule. Like if a spider is the size of a dog or the size of a bear, they're both scary.
Yeah.
But the dog can get in my house. That bear's like trapped outside that big giant thing.
Depends. It might
Depends on
tear
the-
away the walls.
I've seen eight-legged freaks. What was rolled here?
High class cinema.
I rolled that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I don't know why you're. Don't be a. Everyone's a critic.
That was a snazzy comeback there.
He was involved, deeply involved in that movie.
I like that one.
Nobody
lot,
else
actually.
did. Okay, Tom.
Yeah, well,
nobody else.
I'm not arguing that. 7 and 7. Do I want 2 7s?
So I do that. I do that. That gets me that.
I'm gonna do a 7 no matter what.
Okay,
and
good.
Then the other one is 6.
Good. 5 and 8. I can punch 2 wolves. Good.
I'm losing sight of my 6s. Is there any 6s I can even get to? I don't think there is.
I've never been so excited I could punch 2 wolves
At the same time.
Bap, bap.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. Go ahead.
That
was my roll,
I've lost a 6. I think I'm gonna have to use. I'm gonna have to use a black die.
It was you rolled it.
To get a 9 or a 7. Hang on.
Did I roll that? Was that my roll?
I'm using the black die.
We're going to do the black die facing towards the player so remember whose roll it was.
I need a 9 or a 7. I don't see either of those. Why did I just... Oh, there's a 7, but I don't want a 7. I want a... Come on.
You said you want a 7.
Oh, I can come out here. Yeah. I stepped over the dog's dead body.
Oh, my.
Guys, I'm getting closer to the bear. Yes.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good roll. Pretty good.
Do I have a 12 free? I do. So now... So if I do this, I just get the gem. There's no fighting over. There's no fighting over who gets a gem first.
Which gems?
The ones that are.
No, those are everybody's.
Correct,
yeah. All right. So there's a 12 there. I see it, and a 9 there.
11,
I see it.
10.
Done.
10 is gonna punch
9.
Greyhound.
I'm gonna do this to get that, and then that 12, which gets me that.
All right, Chris. I'm counting on you to roll an 11 and a 3. That'd be amazing.
Almost.
You got
Almost,
the 3.
sir.
You got the 3. I like that. So I have a treasure now. I also have an 8, which is kind of garbagey. I'll do this. Okay, so the treasure, I can pick any of these. Ooh, they're tough.
I already did one.
What does this one do, the top one? It's
more hearts. For when you cannot take a rolled combination, you can just cross off those 3.
I'd rather take the black die 3 times.
Okay, well, that's the choice.
Oh.
Everybody knows the torch is the best one. That's why they hide it in the middle.
Here's the thing. I just can't imagine opening a treasure chest, finding a torch, super disappointing.
Oh,
depends if it's lit.
It's
when
lit,
you
I'll be
open it, you're like, smoke inhalation, and it's more dangerous than a purple button.
I just found some dice. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd.
Black die, sweet!
Ooh, a 2? Ooh, I like that too.
You can use it now that you have that. And well, you got these.
I'm talking, you rolled 2 1s there, you dork.
That's also good.
Where's the 2 that needs 2 1s? Oh, it's down in the corner. I can't get to that.
It's hard to get to.
It's hard to get to.
Oh, I can do this.
That's
Tom,
terrible.
wait for this. Look.
Oh, I
7,
got my first gem.
2 that equal each other. Oh! I will never use that black die.
I'm using the 2 there, and I'm going to use the 7.
Here's my problem. I can't find a 7 on my board to use.
I'll help you. There's one right there. Let me help you again. I can't find any other 7s.
All right, so I think, is there a 5 anywhere on this board I can use?
Let me help you.
Stop.
Right there.
Stop.
I'm the helpful.
I need them to like glow a little bit here for me. I'm looking for the 5.
Okay, well, paper doesn't do that, Tom. Okay, you've been on the iPad too long.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a 5. I
There's
guess
no
I get that.
bioluminescence in that Bearpian. He just stabs he just stabs it and it starts glowing for you.
Yeah, there's
and then the 4. All right, guys, I now can punch the bear if I get a 4.
There's a promo map called Bioluminescent Beasts.
Come on, double 4s, and I'm buying everyone lunch.
That's exactly what just happened. Double 4s. You owe me so much caviar.
Oh, man.
Eating fishy eggs. What a way to pass the time.
I wanted 4 2s to get double 4s. Is what I meant.
Well, you got double 4s.
Sure. Well, you got to be more specific with your wishing well wishes there.
What am I going to do here, Tom?
9 and 6. I don't know, sir. I wish you'd quit asking.
What am I going to do?
What am I gonna do?
Hey.
Without you.
8, 3, and 6. 8.
So if I do an 8, then I got to do a 7.
8, 3, and 6.
I know, that's an issue.
If I do an 8, Tom, then I have to do a 7.
I don't think it'll stand Vassal. If he does an 8, then he has to do a 7.
Okay, that doesn't... Oh, no, I can do that. 8, 7.
I could do 6, and then I could do...
Oof. Powerful.
9.
Powerful showing.
I'm going to do this one down here because I want to get down to that white wolf who I just noticed has an extra hit point.
He does, yeah. He hides it behind his ear. You can tell, look, right there. It's kind of hidden behind his ear.
Yeah, it's cute.
He's dangerous. He's the most dangerous game of all.
So you're going to take out Winter Soldier, huh? Brimo! I rolled a 6 for myself.
Nice low numbers. Everyone loves Chris.
That's the name of that show.
That's a 4, and that's a 4. 2 4s.
That's the 4 with double 2s. Yes!
Oh no! What did I do?
That's a 4.
Yes.
And that's a 4.
Yes. Chris, you fool. You opened up.
You opened up a portal to Graf Moog.
Oh, it's a 5.
It reminds me of that Simpsons thing. Ooh, the gems of whatever. What is that? Treehouse of Horror episode?
Which one is that?
There's like a wizard in the audience. Lisa Simpson's like, who wants these gems anyway? What are we worried about? And there's like a wizard in the audience who's like, with the gems and Gamoosh, I could open the portal.
I don't remember that one offhand.
That's amazing, okay? You are supposed to know everything about The Simpsons.
I am embarrassed for myself. Come on, double 4s. Fine, I'll do the... Oh, I can't do that one because I haven't done a... I got! Oh, wait, I can use the black die. It's my roll.
Oh, no, he figured it out.
3, and then I can do...
He's so powerful.
So powerful. 8. Perfect. I'm going to do this 8 here, and I'm going to do that one. Bam! The purple pup is mine. You haven't killed it yet, right, Tom?
I haven't even touched it because I think it's cute.
Man, I'm not going to get any of these.
Yes!
All right, here we go, guys.
That's the power of math.
It's the power of math.
It's the power of math. Don't need abacus, calculators. Just need your brain. Get her.
You're running out.
I got nothing. Okay, ignore me. All right, if I do that.
You know, for 7 being a very common number.
My goodness, I know. I really need to...
So it's 5, 6.
I need to break free.
I need to break free. 5, 6, or 7. I can use.
You do a 2 there, but where in the world would I use a 7?
5, a 6, or 7.
I think I might have to finally take a damage.
Really?
Really? You have no black dice left?
But I'm saving it.
What a sucker move.
Because I know there's going to be a moment where it really is going to
How
bite
many black
me.
dice have you used? Just 1?
1.
Me too.
Gummit. All right.
He's the one teaching. I thought he'd be better. But
No,
didn't he connect across?
You connected across already, Chris, right?
You're right, because
right, so
that wolf
done.
chamber is done.
I just gave him those points.
You gave him 9 points just now, and the winning score in this game is around 12. So.
I'll take that. Get out. Ooh, I gave you guys another 2 though. So
hey, thanks for the
You
double
should
4s.
definitely leave this out though. We can still use it.
now I have a special power.
What? That's garbage, Tom.
No, because see the 6 down here? Wait, why would I even want that one?
Why wouldn't you?
Remember, the first person to get 5 of the fist rooms gets the triple gem, 3 gems.
Yeah, I know, but still. Still, I'm not. I'm gonna actually go here because I want to fight this doggy. 6, and then a 2. What did you do?
Nothing.
Can you
What?
doubles
What did you
here?
do?
Nothing.
This is terrible.
Just slap that bear in the face. It's the size of a dog.
Slap that base.
Slap that dog in the face.
Slap that base.
I used doubles there, but I got no 4s, right?
So what's the scariest animal combination you think, Tom?
I can't see.
Spider would be involved.
Right, and then the other would be some sort of
a millipede, but I mean they're too similar.
Yeah, too similar.
They're too similar. Oh, a centipede actually, but a spider and
a demon.
A cat probably.
A cat and a spider? What?
Spider cat.
That's what that's scary.
Spider cat.
Yeah, but a cat
Does
spider.
whatever
The
a spider
non-caringness of a cat.
With the scariness.
The blatant apathy of a cat.
Yeah, it's like an apathetic spider, but the size of a cat.
But it might strike you at any moment.
Right,
just
it might be
because.
hiding under the couch and just be like,
oh, you know that thing that cats do when they walk between your legs unexpectedly?
Yes, but a spider, Tom.
Oh. Man.
Tom, think about it, okay? Just keep it in your mind.
Think about what you've unleashed upon the world, Vassal.
You asked me, I know what Z's combo is.
6.
Yes.
Done.
One animal twice.
Oh, I didn't know that was allowed.
Okay, anyway, what am I doing here?
That's a Simpsons one right there where Chief Wiggum's like, I now present to you the legendary Esquilax, the horse with the head of a rabbit and the body of a rabbit.
That's pretty good.
How many times do you watch these that you have them memorized?
Don't question him, okay? Let the man be himself.
I watched a lot of The Simpsons growing up.
What am I doing? Also, why am I doing it?
All right, so is it 4 or 5 stars, Chris?
What was it?
To get the 3 gems, how many stars do you need?
You've 5 of the rooms here with the different.
Yeah, you
rings.
need them all.
No, there's 6 of them. Because there's doubles for every number, but once you hit 5 of them.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I should just cross them off down here to show I've done it.
Yes, you can do that.
Hey, Chris,
What's up,
look
Ryan?
at this.
10, 3. What am I doing?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I defeated the purple pup. So you guys just make sure the.
Yeah, I crossed it out on
Okay,
mine.
you guys crossed it out. Cool.
Well,
Sorry,
it says
hold on. 12
we get to
and
cross
6.
off a box. Is that a rule?
You get to cross off a box on a monster when someone else defeats it.
I don't think. I mean, you would know the rules.
Yeah, I'll double check that.
Man, what are you doing? 12 and 6. How do I do it?
Oh yeah, the remaining players deal 1 damage to the monster, even players who have not accessed the monster's room yet.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so which ones have been defeated? So I gotta then put some extra hits on some people?
Yeah, you both get a hit on that. Well,
So purple pulp, you defeated. So we each got a hit on that. Bloop, bloop.
and also I
You
punched
defeated the green growler. Boop, boop.
And the
then
Greyhound.
the greyhound I did myself. I guess at some point that's whatever, you know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this 12 and 6. I'm just gonna do that and this 6 because I don't think I have access to another one. Unless I can punch a thing. No.
All right, come on. Give me a 4.
Here we go. You want a 4?
There we go. Okay, so Cam, thank you for the clarification. The game ends when every monster has been defeated by at least 1 player, not necessarily when 1 player has defeated all
That
of
makes
them.
sense. I like it.
Okay, yeah, I like that. No, that makes sense.
All right, that's what I got. There's a 4 for you, Tom, right there. A 4.
No, I.
Stop being more specific. Okay. I see what's going on here.
I still haven't got to it. It's all the way
I
down in
see
that
what's
corner.
happening here.
I think I do want that
10.
I want that
doubles.
5 actually.
I'm gonna do that, which gives me this.
That 5.
And then that's a
that leaves me
10.
with a
I rolled
7.
this though, so that could be a 12.
But a 7 is trash.
Darn
just
it.
Like
Can't
you.
do that one.
10 or a 12.
But I could take that.
A 10
12.
or a 12.
If I do doubles.
It's a 10 or it's a 12, Tom. It's one of the two, you know?
Could also be another 7. So, yeah, a 5
10 or
and
it's
a
a
12. All right, I'm going to use one of my black dice.
It's a 10 or it's a 12.
I'm going to take this 5. I don't know what. We got it, okay?
I'm going to use the last black die.
What do you think,
So
Tom? A 10
double
or a
that.
12?
I go with 12. Wait, why does Chris, just out of curiosity, why do you have so many of the gems? Like, I know that you'd say because I'm playing well, but I mean like
Yeah, because
specific.
I'm killing it, actually.
Specifically is how are you doing that?
Because I got these 3, right, for combining left and right side. I've defeated 3 of the monsters, and then I've done several of these little chambers here that just have the gem on it.
Got it, because you are murderizing us.
Yeah, hold on. What's going on?
Look how many he has crossed
I don't
off.
think so, Chris. Okay, why don't you count again? Okay, Tom.
Killing it.
Come on. Maybe I can roll some 4s for myself.
Speaking of, I'm using the 12 for that one. That's why I use the black die.
Ooh, I did.
Ooh, a 3. I think that I like that.
What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
So you're gonna use the 3 to get this treasure, which I'm getting the, I'm for sure getting the torches because,
You could still take the black dice.
Oh, I could, but I got torches. You can keep those. You can keep those dice to yourself.
Oh, that was rude.
5. 8 and 5.
So I used the 3 to get
4.
that.
I'm tired of using 12s.
That's an 8. Then I can do a 5 somewhere.
6, 4.
5, huh?
Is a 10.
5 and 8. 5 and working. 5 to 8. That's the worst of all the ones I said.
5 to 8. That's pretty good.
No, 5 in the morning to 8 at night.
Oh, it's terrible.
I was gonna say 5 at night to 8 at night was
You
like.
gotta say it.
When I worked
5 a.m. to 8 p.m. What
See?
a way to break that song up.
You gotta be more specific, or else I show up on the wrong shift in hours. All right.
Knocking on that door when it's 5 p.m. No one's there. I feel bad. Okay, I feel very bad about what I'm doing to that song.
I can't use a 10.
I'm doing 10 and 8, actually.
How are you doing? Wait a second.
Oh, maths
10,
is happening.
8.
Ah! You did it!
Taking the dang damage.
What's it like to be in cahoots with the Bearpian?
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Go ahead, roll it.
Roll them bones.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Six.
my word.
6. The devil's number.
You said definitely too many 6s.
6.
Yeah, you can't stop now.
6. Okay, so it's basically 12 and 10, or I'm sorry, yeah, 12.
No, 12 and 8.
12 and 8, or 2 10s.
Oh my gosh.
12
All right.
and 8, or 2 10s.
I'm gonna use a torch to kick down this 9.
That. 12 and 8, or 2 10s, huh?
I'll use duplicates there. And then, yeah.
What is that?
Yes!
What is
It's
happening?
my time to shine.
It's my time to slap a white wolf. I'm never gonna not slap a white wolf.
What is wrong with you?
Slap a white wolf.
Apparently, I don't remember saying this quote, but get good, rub. Or nub.
What's happening?
Michael Heller says, get good, rub,
It's
nub.
get good, noob.
When I say it, it's get good, nub.
Okay, well, y'all gotta stop because you're gonna mispronounce something, and I'm a little concerned. What am I gonna do here, Tom?
There's not even a lot of options. What do
I
you...
know, that's what I'm concerned about, man.
664, the neighbor of the beast.
I say that all the time.
Is that the first time you've heard that?
I've never heard that before. That's
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We failed. We haven't raised him right.
Oh, what are you doing, Chris?
I'm sorry.
Please tell me there's a 9 in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's 5 and 9. Yes.
Rolling.
Yes.
5 to 9. What a way to roll them knuckle bones.
All right, so I've connected, but I only get one chest because I'm not as cool as Chris, right?
5 to 9.
I'm definitely doing the 5 and the 9.
Okay, wow.
Chris is casting incantations up.
The Sardukan are being released or whatever. All right, I'm completing this guy.
The choices. How intriguing.
So what animals have not been killed? Neither rabbit's been murdered, right?
And the
Correct.
white wolf
And
is
the white
still,
wolf is still fine.
It's clinging on to life, and then the boss boy.
No one's even touched him because no one rolled a 4.
All right, that was me. What do you got? Slap it.
Give me a 4. Not even close. But
Well, that's
11
some
looks
high
good.
numbers, though.
Oh my gosh, yeah, those are high numbers.
All right, I'm taking another treasure. I don't care.
Tom, this is horrible.
11, and then I got...
So what is it, 11 and 9 if I want?
9. Oh no.
11. And then a 9, huh? Yeah, 11 and 9.
I'm taking that 7 there. All right, so this treasure chest here is a
9.
Chris, one more time. This just lets me write any number down I want twice.
Correct. Yeah, you just get to cross. Yep.
And it's a third one. So it's
in addition to your normal roll.
That is marvelous.
All right.
9? Really?
I'm going to do 11 here, and I'm going to take the extra black dice, and I might even use one like right now.
I might have to do that, because I did the 11. That leaves me with...
I'll use one of these black dice to make 7.
6 or 7.
I'm coming for you, punk hair.
Okay, I'm doing it. There we go.
Talk to
that was
the
your roll,
animals.
right?
That was. Go ahead, Chris. Walk with the animals.
Hey, how about some nice low numbers, finally?
There we go.
Oh, man. 4.
Walk like a dog, talk like a dog, sting like a dog, hold on. Actually, I should have said bear. Walk like a bear, talk like a bear.
Well, I got the 4 I wanted.
Sting like a bear. Oh, wait, that's not a bear.
The problem is I don't think I can use the 9.
So stupid.
I can.
Good old bear peeing.
Okay, what if I don't want the 4 and a 9? Then I get an 8 and a 5.
See, that's a variation of Don't Wake Daddy that I would play Don't Wake the Bear Wolf. Or the bear peeing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That could work. So that's 4.
4. I'm going to use one of the black dice
6,
and take an extra
7, 8,
4.
9.
I'm going to take that 4, though, to move into that zone. And then I'm the first person
6,
who has
7,
punched
8, 7,
the bear
8, and 5, huh?
very gently as a friendly tap, like, hey! Like you know how when you start a fight, you push a little?
Okay.
No, so the first one is always the finger in the chest.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
It's like, hey!
punk.
Get out!
Get out of your own den, bear peeing.
I believe a fight, it starts with an insult, then a finger, then a push. Then the guy staggers backwards. People hold him off. He's like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry, I'm fine. And then he sucker punches the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. You watched enough cinema.
Yeah. It's always if you push the guy and he staggers back or he's like, I'm okay. You know you're going to get punched.
Yeah.
It's like a guaranteed.
And then he usually plays some whimsical classical music, right, as like, the fight breaks out.
I want to know, someone needs to explain in the comments, when any fight breaks out in a bar, why does everybody hit everybody?
Because everybody's crunk.
Everybody was crunk. Like in the Western
Everybody was crunk fu fighting.
Like,
yes.
especially in those old Western ones, they're hitting each other with bottles.
Everybody's fine,
why are
too.
you all fighting?
Yeah.
You were just like sitting there together having a good time. Suddenly, everyone is fighting everybody.
The whole town is just waiting for that one linchpin.
And mostly ignoring the 2 people who started it.
Yeah. One of them gets thrown out the window and runs off. You know.
That guy's the best. He's the best one off.
Oh, the guy who dies out the window?
No, he gets thrown out the window, and then he's done. He can go home. Doesn't have to clean up. Doesn't have to pay his bar tab.
When the sheriff shows up, he's gone.
Yeah, I want to be that guy. Like, if a fight breaks out, I just throw myself through a window, and then I go home. All right.
Oh, I see a 2, but only for Z.
Huh? You can use it, though.
No, I want that double 6, baby.
Okay, what am I looking at here, Tom? What am I looking at?
You're looking at
5 to 10.
5 to 10 years, huh?
6 and 7, that would work.
Found guilty 5 to 10 years for killing a bear peeing.
Oh no!
One of the most endangered species on the planet.
6 to 6 or 7. That could work, right?
Oh, these doubles are terrible.
Where's that double?
Chris, you're missing all the different things. The Middle Beast number is 0.666.
Yeah,
the
I saw that
Australian
one.
Beast 999. Retail price of the Beast 666.9. It's actually 665.95.
Yeah, that's true.
Done.
It adds perceived value. So I can do the 4, but then I gotta do a 9. Ugh.
Yeah, the guy who's thrown face first down the bar, that's the worst one. The guy who gets dragged all the way down the bar. Gets glass shards.
Yeah, that's rough.
The whole time he's like, I want to be the window guy.
That is rough.
Z, I need your skills. Where's a 9?
Chris?
There.
Chris, these fists that says they do more than give you that, they're hits. Does that mean I get to hit anyone with them?
Wait, what?
They're hits? Hits of what?
Like, does that mean I can hit anybody when I get a fist?
Oh, say it ain't so.
How many have you got? You got 2.
When a player checks off their 5th or 6th of the
There's also this part here might mention it.
Player who visits the fist space also deals 1 damage to each monster on their dungeon map.
Ooh. To each? Each! Well, this is pretty easy. We can just hit the ones that are down.
Yeah, except I'd be like, winning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Do you have that many? I've got like none of those.
Guys, I don't want to say anything, but the White Wolf's dead.
Oh, man.
So, you kill it, though, Z, at least.
Well, I do another hit now that you killed it.
Yeah.
I do a hit on something else, right?
No, on it.
On it.
So you kill it. You don't got to worry about the White Wolf no more.
I know,
took
but
care of him. Well, that would explain why you want to hit those fists now even more.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah,
that's pretty
poor
awesome.
Babies. I want to adopt the bear being.
All right, I'm feeling. Chris still has more X's than me, and I feel like I'm doing really well.
Dang it! I gotta take another hit.
Are you in the negative points up there?
Oh yes, yes. Go ahead, roll.
I'm at -4 at the moment. So yeah.
All right.
That's the
Feeling
laugh of the guy who
good.
throws the first punch in the bar, or gets the first punch thrown at him.
Oh yeah.
And then he eats a glass.
I don't know why we're talking so much about bar fighting, but
I don't know, because the bear peeing. That's what you rolled?
I did roll that, and that's a good.
I hate that, Tom. I'll tell you right now. That's a terrible roll.
I'm gonna do a 10 and a 3. I can now hit the bear even better.
That's really bad. That's really bad. It's a 6 and a 10 if I want. Or a goat.
A goat, huh?
What about a 9, right, and a 7? That would work.
So
There's
far
a
left
9
alive
there.
are only the beefy bear peon and the 2 bunnies.
Yeah.
The trifecta of evil, I call them.
Yes. How do I do that? How do I mark off places
Talk to the animals.
I can't
with
get
the animals,
to?
Talk to the animals. I probably need to know more words in that song.
6. Vassal.
I'm singing Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, is that what that was?
Dr. Doolittle would have a really tough time showing up in like a D&D realm.
Oh my gosh.
2 of the same and then a 6.
Like, guys,
that doesn't
I can
work.
reason this out with a chimera. Like, no. Don't.
Dude, man, that'd be great. That'd be hilarious.
Also, people, I don't know. The hard thing about the speaking to animals stories are the things like, well, just because you can talk to them doesn't mean they have like capacity for reason.
Right.
Like
Well, that was a Far Side
That's
comic where he
true.
said that guy first understands dogs. He like puts a thing on and the dog's like, hey, 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 hey.
That's very true. That is very true. All right. That's your roll now, I think.
Okay.
I had to take my first hit there. I don't like that.
That was your first hit only, huh? Wow,
Okay, that's Tom's round, I guess.
that fella just kept going. Hey, how do you like 333s?
Ooh, I'm a 333. Sing, dance, and act.
Yeah, but if you're next to that, what you aren't.
Next to what?
So that's 6 now. And now you know it punches everyone on the board. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, wait, I can't use the dice individually, though.
Why did you think you...
I don't know why I'm thinking. 9 and 6 is basically my options.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
A 9 and a 6.
Do the 8.
That's a 9.
I'm doing that in 9. And the 6 is a doubler.
9 and 8. Though.
So that gives me a lot of options. So I'll hit this double one here.
You do 11. And say, oh, it always comes down to 6,
somewhere?
basically.
Can't believe I have to use a black die for this, but okay. 9.
Oh, that's what I can do with the 9.
5, 6,
Starting
7,
room.
8. 8.
Glack, 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 glack.
All right, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. Another 6. And a 5. A 5 and a 6 is not terrible.
I slap a scorpion, very disturbing. Maybe a punk hair.
You sound like you're doing that Adam Sandler character.
Opera Man! Yes, yes.
I think
Forgot about that guy, yeah. 7.
Ooh, I don't know if this is a good call.
Man, I cannot get what I want.
you're the one that I want.
Honey. That was my roll, right?
Yeah.
The black dice pointing towards you.
Do
so I
my
can
first
do
damage
this.
to the beefy bearpian.
And then, if I do that, then 6 or 7. It's a problem that the really common numbers are a problem for me right now.
That is a hard thing. Yeah. The options diminish. Like having the
So
monsters.
it's a 6 or a 7 I need to mark, and unfortunately, I don't think I can. Oh, are you kidding me?
I never kid.
I never.
And don't call me R.
Woof. I don't think I have a 6 or a 7 anywhere. Chris? 6 or a 7 anywhere?
No, I never.
Is that a
failed
6 or a
the exam
7?
here, actually.
No?
Is that a 6 or a 7?
Oh, we're
Purple Wolf
done.
is
No.
dead.
All right, Vassal, you're rolling it.
All right.
Look at that. Your board is basically done. Did you already connect the 2 sides?
Yeah.
You got that, right?
Well, no, it's everyone gets it, right? It's not
Everyone
second person.
else can get the 1 gem. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to get that gem.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, he got it.
I've been wanting
Oh,
this.
are you kidding me? Come on with these low numbers, Vassal.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm double punching the bear.
Okay, well.
think.
How? That's impossible.
Doing that duplicate room. Oh, I should have done the punch room.
It's impossible, Tom.
I'll do 1 punch on the bear.
Why does the bear have a -2 hit points? Does the person who kills him lose 2 hit
First-
points too?
First person defeats him loses 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Whoops, I just filled up. Sorry.
You feel that 1 too many?
I did. Remember that I did that.
Good luck.
Try to remember something on my board if you can.
Nah.
The other thing is that at the end of the game.
Oh, you know what? I'll just do this. I can do this, right?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have the torches.
No, it's not okay.
Just remember
Just
later.
remember it.
The other thing is that for every 3 damage that the players who have not defeated the bear do to the bearpian, they'll get 3 points. So basically, every chunk of these little boxes together is 3 points for the player who did not defeat bear.
5.
Barreled, if you will.
Barreled? His name is Barreled?
His name is
Well,
Bear-
only his mother and his teachers call him that.
Aw,
Yeah.
poor baby.
His friends call him B. Big B.
Big B.
B.
Big Beepian.
I'm gonna do that.
Now, was he a bear
I'm
that
gonna
got
do
turned into a bear scorpion through some like horrific accident, or do you think he was born that way?
Okay, we
He
cannot
was
go
a
down
cow.
that route. Okay.
He was a cow. Go.
He was a cow. So there's been a lot of problems there. All right, guys, I think those numbers are pretty bad for y'all.
They're not good, I'll tell you that. I can't use that. You suck.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That was me, so I get this one. That matters.
Yeah, that's a big yikes from me.
That's a big yikes, Tom, okay? You're a big yikes. Yikes.
I got it. I heard you the first time.
What am I supposed to do with this, Tom?
Ooh, 10 I can do
How
the
do I
duplicates.
slap a bear pin?
All right, I'm going to use my extra thing here.
I want to know.
So,
Do that.
can I wait,
and a
Chris? Can I use
7.
this on one of these doubles?
7. You can do it on anything.
I believe
baby.
the torches you can do on anything.
Yes. Okay, so that's my extra hit in the
7,
bear.
huh?
Just remember that.
Okay. Now there's 2 things we need to remember now.
No. We're even now. You don't got to remember nothing no more.
So what's the second thing I need to remember?
You need to remember that you don't need to remember the first thing.
Oh no!
You start writing notes on my arm like this is Doctor
That's
Who.
it. I'm tattooing my arms with notes, and then I'm going to lose my long-term memory.
Remind
7.
Tom
You started
to forget
tattooing
about
first.
the
Before, yeah.
thing.
Remind to hit your head repeatedly. I got to take another hit. I don't think I have a 7. How do I not have a 7? It's the most vital number of all.
You
It's
know
the
what?
most
You used up your
vital
7s early.
number
No, I did
of
it.
the sheep.
Well, obviously you did. What do you mean?
Don't
no?
tell me what I did or didn't do, okay?
All right, pass him to Chris.
Here you go,
The
Chris.
bear was bitten by a radioactive Peter Parker. Yes.
That's a Chris joke if ever there was one.
No, that
Thank
was
you,
a Jason Dunham joke.
That's 8 and 7. I don't have a 7, so I'll do the 5 and 10.
Yeah, I guess that's what I got to do too.
I don't think I have
this is perfection itself. 10, 5. You see that?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I don't see that I have a...
You didn't see it.
Let's do it. Let's do 8, and then I'm going to do double 4s.
About a 4 and
Oh, you get to punch a thing.
I get to punch it's every other monster, right?
I think it punches every monster, right?
That's what you said.
I'll punch
That's amazing.
every monster.
What's it like
To be a hack?
to hack away at a monster?
To be a monster hacking hack?
If you're on 11,
Yeah, no.
and then you're just trash.
Whoa.
Wow.
Uncouth. Baby.
I killed the boss.
You did?
I'm using my extra one to do the final hit.
Okay, I don't think that's allowed, so...
So what happens when I kill the boss?
12.
So you get 6 gems and 2 damage.
4, 5, 6. Yeah!
Players who have not defeated their boss monster by the time the game ends. So we can still keep hacking at it.
Every punch hits everything.
Yeah.
So this guy should have 3 now. And so should this.
If I do...
It's probably dead, actually, but...
We could do 7 there.
There's no way that one's not dead.
Yeah, also, it got finished, so yeah. Go ahead and do it.
And then I can do a 5 or a hey.
Or a 3 and a 10.
This game's almost over. Does the game end
5.
instantly when the last monster is killed?
So it's 3, 5, or 6.
Yeah, you finish that turn.
So there are 2 rabbits.
5 or 6.
So a 2, 3, 11, or 12 is going to kill one of them for me. And if I get both, I kill both.
Dunzo.
Wow.
Come on.
Aren't you impressive?
High rollers. Not either one. Boo. Now I just
That's
gotta
not
not
bad.
die.
Yeah, that's
No,
not bad.
I don't want to die.
Oh, sorry. Try harder. How have I still not connected both sides? It's ridiculous.
Where's the other doubles? Where's the one I haven't hit? Oh, it's all the way up there. Oh, is it a 10?
7 and
can't use
8.
Okay.
So there's a 9, but I don't believe there's a 6 anywhere for me.
Oh, no, Tom.
But I bet there's a 5.
No.
Okay, sorry. What I meant was there's a...
How do I kill this thing?
How do I kill this thing now?
I want to slay.
I guess I'm taking a hit.
5, 9, or 8. They're all bad. 8, 9.
I will cross off that 9 for no reason. All right.
I really don't think I can do anything.
Anything you can write, I can write faster.
That's true. Those are my only options, right?
Tom, how do you have so many
7,
gems? Look at all those gems you got. Are you
8,
sure? Gems? How do you get so many
9.
gems?
Well, I just killed the bear.
7, 8, or 9.
That was a much quicker explanation.
7, 8, or 9. I'm looking for any 7s, 8s, or 9s.
Oh, we'll help you. You don't have
Not that one.
Why can't you? Oh, because they ain't double?
7s, any 8s, any 9s. I'll settle for anything.
Wait, are you about to take 2 hits?
Yes! How do I do it?
Oh, man.
How? This is how I do it. This is
how you do it. Punch.
This is how you do it. I took the 2 hits, and then I passed out, yes.
So that's 3 and 9.
Okay, you gotta stop rolling the most common numbers. Because they really do hurt me.
3 and 9 gives everybody, actually.
Oof.
Oh, there's a 3. And there's a 9. Yes.
Oh, you're so good at this, Tom.
I don't think I have a 9.
3 and a 9, huh?
Unbelievable. The shoddy treatment these dice give me.
No, so people are asking about the Spider-Ham thing from Fantasy Flight. That's an April Fool's joke, but they're also making it.
So it's not an April Fool's joke.
Not really. It's a joke. It's just not a lie.
It's also a product.
People assume April Fool's is a lie. It's not always a lie. Sometimes it's just...
Sometimes the company really, really wants your money also.
It's Z's roll.
Don't touch my dice.
My favorite,
gotta keep it. Oh.
My favorite of the April Fool's joke type
Yes.
things.
Finally.
Boom! Chaka-laka!
Finally.
Oh, I can't do the 6. My favorite of the April Fool's things are like companies like Netflix when they create a category of movies, but they're real. Like movies featuring an epic Nick Cage meltdown.
The pink hair is done, by the way, everybody.
Oh, come on, dude.
The punk hair?
Oh, is it the punk hair? Sorry.
Yeah.
Punk
we
hair.
put a hit on it, don't forget.
I do get to put a hit on it.
I put out a hit on
Call
it.
out a mobster, yeah.
Beat you.
I got a hair I need you to
guys
take care
are
of.
funny, man. I don't know how you do it, but...
Did you just draw hair on your bear?
It's a hair bear. Okay, so 11, and then the other one could be a 4.
Hair bears are the thing that shoot the
Here we go.
rainbows out of their
Wow.
tummies.
Done.
All right, this could be it here.
This could be it?
I need a 12.
That's not going to happen, Tom. I'm sorry.
Oh,
This
my
is
word.
it.
Not a 12. But I did get the 2, which I...
Oops.
Ooh, 11. I like 11. I like it.
I can use an 11, but it's a piece of trash here.
Do the 2 here.
Oh, I'll take that 2.
Which is a punchy
And
and
an
does the
11.
damage.
All right, didn't hurt me.
I get this guy.
Damage. Talking about that damage.
So we just need someone to roll a 12, and that's going to end the game. Because me and Z will simultaneously kill that rabbit. You pull the head.
And what are you pulling?
The feet. Make a wish.
I also will kill it on the 12 as well, so I'll just tickle the tummy while you guys do it.
Okay, we're done talking about this.
You just ruined it, Chris.
Here we go.
Hey, how about no 12? You're welcome.
What can
It's an
I
8,
say
though.
except... That is an 8, and I love it.
That could work.
8.
But then the other one is
A
not good.
sticking 7.
4.
You having the same problem I am?
Well,
I can live
with
with
a
that.
problematic 7?
Yeah, but I'm a little bit behind you. You're looking weaker than me.
I know, I just
4.
unlocked
Boom.
this just to
I do the bear
give
beam,
myself a little breathing room.
and then the 8, I kill the white wolf finally. I feel like Internet Explorer.
That
late
was
to the party.
ages ago.
I
Okay, the
know.
white wolf is actually extinct in this region.
We punted them all down. All right, Z, a 2
I show
or
up.
and a
Hey
12.
guys, I
We'll do
finally
it
killed
now.
the white wolf, and you're like, yeah, deal with it.
All right, this is the last round of the game.
100%.
Because I did my
the
5th
primal
punch,
hair.
which gives me 1, 2, 3, and I killed the hare.
And then
1,
the other one's a
2,
5. What could I do with the 5, Tom?
I
Or
also killed
No,
the
wait,
hare.
I'm doing this. Everyone is doing that, right?
Well, I could do a 6 if I have one free on my board. A 6, 5, or a 7, which I don't think I have. I think I'm taking a hit. I'm taking a hit.
So I'm doing that.
I'm taking a hit.
Okay, I got it.
Is it the one that you can see?
Yeah, I believe it's the one that you can
5.
see.
Got it.
Let's double check that for end of game scoring.
5, I guess. I'll smack the bear one time. Did I still not connect both sides? Oh, I did. I did way down here. Okay.
So you get that extra gem. All right, so it's 3 points for each of the crystals that we've collected over the course of the game.
Hey, look, we have the same number.
No!
We got played. Somebody slapped a bear and we got played.
So yeah, minus your visible health. So for example, me, I'm going to lose 9 points because I did not do great there.
Oh, we all did that same. I got -9 also.
Oh, did you?
Z would have had way worse if he had.
So your
like, quick
score, I did 1.
chug a
I only
potion
used
down.
1, yeah. So you and I are going to have the same scores?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay,
so
what
it's
is it? Figure it out.
15
Math
times
genius.
3, so 45 minus 9, Tom. Pop quiz.
54.
Did I? Oh, you know what? I counted my points wrong. I said 13. It's 13 pairs. It's 26 times 3, which is 78 minus 9. It's a much higher score.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you got 30,
we almost
30
won,
points is
Tom.
wrong.
Okay, so what is it?
Our score is 45 minus 9 is 36, right?
Mm-hmm. Almost always.
67.
No, that can't be right.
I killed the bear. I did 5 punches.
You did them all? And so you got those 3 gems.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't do the double 10 up there.
Oh, then how do you have 5 marked off?
Because there's 6 of them on the map.
There's 6 pairs.
Oh, there are?
Although I will say that the 2-1 doesn't need to show the doubles in it. Neither does the... Anyway.
It's just for consistency's sake.
So that's one of the boards. And so the other boards, they have different ways of...
Yeah, let's pop it up here on the green screen. So we got clumsy cultists. So the way the clumsy cultists work, these two are simpatico. If you defeat both of them, you also get a bonus down here. There's rubbly rooms that take 2 numbers to get through.
Are the treasures the same?
The
treasures?
Yeah, the treasures. Yeah, these things here, the bonus, the extra health, torches, and dice, those are the same. But some rooms also have gold in them. Gold is worth 2 points per thing, whereas the gems are worth 3. You got the puzzled pyramid here with this sandworm.
It's called Sandy.
These numbers here, the purple chambers, you randomize at the start of each game. You choose the numbers that go on there. And lastly are the defiant dinosaurs with the dapperest T-Rex that you've ever seen. And there's like a multiple different kind of little mini bosses type of thing to it. So you go. That's the 4 maps of Dungeons, Dice, and Danger. So that's going to wrap up our first live play here of the Spring Spectacular. But there's plenty more. There's actually another game by Ravensburger coming up next, another Roll and Write Explorers by Phil Walker Harding.
Yeah.
So make sure to stick around for that. But until then, I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Z Garcia.
We'll see you shortly. Scan back early if you want the contest.
Stay out of bar fights.
everyone. Welcome back to our Spring Spectacular. I am Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Mike Delisio.
And I'm Wendy Yee.
All right, and we are going to be playing a roll and write, not a roll and write, it's more of a flip and write here called Explorers.
I call them all roll and writes.
I know, right?
All
A roll and
above.
write-ish game.
Verb and verb.
Verb and verb, yes. Called Explorers. But before we begin, we do have a contest for 2 copies of this. This is for worldwide. Email us at contest@dicetower.com. Subject Explorers. So with that, we'll jump right in here.
Sounds great.
All right. So in this game, we are going to be going out from our village and collecting provisions and ultimately trying to score the most points to win. All right? It's going to be
I'm not going to be able to keep mine out there. We're going to have to rely on both of you.
Yeah, and
just
I'll be putting
assume
some stuff up.
that the best board is off camera. Let's just make that assumption.
Oh, okay, the seeker one we can't see. All right, so
because he's cheating.
Yeah, most likely, right?
100%.
All right, so we're going to be playing this over the course of 4 different rounds. We'll have scoring at the end of each round and then some end game scoring as well. And each round is going to have 7 actions that we do, okay, 7 turns. We will take turns flipping over one of these tiles, which has different land types on it. Okay, there's 4 land types total. Okay, there's lots of land types.
I love everything about it.
So we've got some mountains, we've got seas, we've got grasslands and sands. All right, so whoever is the active player is going to turn over one of these tiles. The active player then chooses one of these 2 land types. Okay, if you're the active player that turned over the tile, you get to mark off 3 boxes matching that land type that's currently connected to something you've already marked off. So to start, let's go ahead and mark off number 4, which will be down in your quadrant D.
That's where
down
we're all
here.
starting.
That's where we're all starting. This is your starting village.
So we cross off the 4?
Yes, correct.
That's
This
my
is your
favorite
starting.
number.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So if you are the active player, you will choose one of these 2 land types, and then you get to cross off 3 of your chosen land type boxes. Orthogonal only, up, down, left, or right, no diagonals, but they do not have to be placed next to each other, if that makes sense. So if we've kind of gone on, you can do 1 up here, 2 down here, something like that, as long as they're connected to an X already on the board.
Okay. They don't have to be like all of your greens don't have to be next to each other.
Correct,
as long as they're next to something else you've asked.
That's already done, correct.
I love everything about it.
All right, so then after the active player does that, then the other 2 players get to choose either land type and mark off as well. If you choose the same land type the active player chose, you get to mark off 2. If you choose the other one, you get to mark off 3.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, hold up.
Choices.
This is like Inception. Okay, so if you choose the same one, 2. If you choose the other one,
3, which is the same thing the active player got.
I don't think Mike has seen Inception.
this is definitely Inception, the verb and verb game. 100%.
So then after that, we mark off our squares, and then the next person will go. All right? Once we go through 7 of these tiles, 1 will be removed for each round. Then we do our end of round scoring, and then go into the next round. 4 rounds, end of game scoring, and we complete.
Easy peasy.
All right? So let's go through what those scorings are. We're going to go through end of round scoring first. The top left here, you have the different provisions. We have our apples, our carrots, and our fish. At the end of each round, you'll score for the group of those, how many you got. So if you got 1 of each, you'll score 10 points. If you only got 2 of them, you get 5, and only 1 provision, you get 2.
So you mark them off as you gain them throughout the round.
Right. As you cross off that box, you will mark it off.
Okay, just for each.
Score.
So these are for each round.
For each round, yes. So if you get an apple in the first round, it does not carry over. It scores in the first round only.
But you'd only get 2 points.
Correct. Yes, you want to try to group those together.
All the apples.
All right, all the apples.
But if you get 2 apples in the first round, only
Then
1 counts.
it's
Only 1
wasted.
counts.
It's
It's wasted.
wasted.
Yeah. Yes. Gotta
Mike really likes apples.
I'm a big fan of apples.
You are a fan
I
of
really
apples.
like
He has
the
an apple
sheen
every-
that are involved.
1
in
apple
apples.
a round, okay? An apple a day, not a 3 apples.
That's
a
what
day.
they tell you. 1 apple a day. That's what they say.
All right, we're going to skip the middle one, go over to the right with the gems. As you cross off the gems, you'll cross these off. These will score every round. So unlike the provisions, which expire because you eat them, gems you get to keep. All right,
Money.
Right, so they will score every single round.
That's fantastic.
All right, and so you'll just cross those off as you find them.
Okay.
All right. Then we have end of game scoring, which is going to be the middle column. The middle column here is for your huts. You'll see there's 1 in each quadrant, A, B, C, and D. These end of game, you're going to score by the number of X's that are surrounding them. Again, orthogonally only. So if it only has 1 box complete, it's going to be 3 points. 2 is 5, 3 is 7, and then 10. Does that make sense? So
That
you'll
makes
score
sense.
each of the 4 huts of the quadrants. All right, the only other scoring is going to be for our temples, but in order to get into the temple, you have to have a key. So on your board here, you'll see there's some keys. If you collect a key in the top right hand of your board, you'll circle one of those keys. That means you have a key. Now you can go to the temple and open it.
Any key can open any temple.
Correct.
That's outrageous.
That's how it is.
I tell you what, there's skeleton keys.
You're gonna need to deal with it.
There's a thematic disconnect. I'm not sure I can get past this, but I'm going to try.
That's the issue you have.
No, it's fantastic. I love it.
So you'll circle the key, then when you use it, you exit out.
Okay.
And then you can score the temple, which you'll see again on the 4 quadrants. First person there gets the highest points, and then we'll cross it out as we go.
Okay. For each, you got it.
For each of the 4 quadrants. Okay. I believe, I'll check the rule book. We need to cross one of those numbers out. I'll check it here in a second.
Okay.
And then 2 other things that you can get, which don't have scoring but are going to help you play better, is, and you'll see the top left-hand corner is the maps. When you get a map, you'll circle one of those maps. When you use it, you exit out, so they're one-time use. What a map does is it allows you to do any land type and mark off 4 boxes. 4 boxes, Mike. 4. All right?
Even if you pick the 2?
I'm starting to,
even if you pick the 2.
My blood pressure's starting to rise. All right.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So you get to do any 4. However, if you are the active player, you still do need to choose a land type because that'll affect everybody else, right? So you can, even as the active player, you can still use a map. You just have to choose a land type as well.
All right.
The other one, the last one here, is the horse. A horse is a wild. You can fill in 1 box anywhere on your board following normal placement rules.
He still has to be next to
Correct.
another X.
That you've already done.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just double check here real quick. See if the temples, I think with the 3-player, we might need to cross one of those off. I need English rules.
English is the preferred language that I know. Mostly it's the only language I know.
Yeah.
You're not bilingual?
No, and I'm ashamed. Although I am.
I thought you spoke history.
Well, I speak nonsense. I'm fluent in nonsense. I am day 200 and something or other on Duolingo.
Really?
For Espanol, para Espanol.
I don't see it. We're just gonna go from the top to the bottom. All right.
Let's do this thing.
Okay. Any questions? It's pretty straightforward. There's one more thing that I'll explain when we get there, though, because it's.
Do we switch first player?
Oh, hey, what about these fishies?
They're just
they're one of your provisions.
Hey, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Mike doesn't like to eat fish.
Yeah, I appreciate
you
you
listening.
fan. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not a seafood fan.
Each round, there's 8 of these, so we will remove 1. So you can play stats, but not too much. Anyone want to fight for first player?
No.
Okay,
No.
fantastic. All right.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. So we come up with a wild first of all.
Oh.
So I will get to
Either
choose
or.
either one.
And you can mix in between the 2.
Yes, you can. Yes. All right. I am going to go.
So whichever one she picks, we're picking the other one.
Yep.
Especially at the beginning of the
3. I'm going to
Why
go
wouldn't
sea
we?
and sand.
That's the one I wanted.
Okay, so if we choose.
So if you choose, I'm sorry, sea and sand as well, you get to do 2.
Right, but if we
you
choose the other one.
you get to do 3, Mike. Ooh. If you had a map, it would be 4. Right.
And you can split.
Yes.
I'm gonna hop up
Correct.
and munch on that apple right there.
That's exactly what I was planning on doing. One,
There we go.
2, crunch. That's a Honeycrisp right there. Oh, wait, you did it. I'm not going to circle it.
I prefer Pink Lady.
I prefer. That's my favorite.
Pink ladies are good, but they're less.
They're less sweet, more
like the
tart.
tang.
It's a nice. Yep, it's
like
a
the
nice. But they're
tang.
that's the texture too.
I really
They're
like-
such a crunchy texture. Pink lady.
Can
Way
I
to
roll
go.
the R in spectacular? Spectacular. All right.
So impressive. All right, Wendy, you're up.
More of a flippin' R person.
Wait a minute now.
All right, green or black. I'm gonna do
Green on
Black.
black. Green
Bum.
on the river.
Bam.
So we can do 2
Bam.
on mountains or 3 on the grassland.
Grass, correct.
I got a horse and a gem. That's how fancy I am.
You went this
Watch
way.
me.
You went that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And horses do what now again? Remind me.
They are a wild, so you can fill in 1 anywhere on your board
Right away.
following normal placement rules. Yes, regardless of land type.
I
Basically
don't
a
know if
free
it's
placement.
worth it on that.
Oh, it's worth it.
I don't think so.
So
this was 2. Sorry.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. It says in the rulebook when you put this out, whichever one you choose, put it towards you.
I'm gonna do
You know what I'm
this.
saying? That way you can
1, 2,
easily
3.
keep track.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah, right?
All right, here we go.
They thought of everything.
Bam! Bam!
Make
that is
The
sand
beach or the ocean?
Sand or sea. And mine is 3 for the one I pick, right?
Correct.
I will go
Make the right choice.
C for me. 3 for me.
You suck.
You're welcome.
I'm okay with this.
And then I mark off a gem because I got a gem.
Well, I have 2 gems.
No,
Mike.
I refuse to believe
I
that.
think I'm
All
shinier
right.
than you.
Let's see.
Everyone's getting you. That's twice in a row you've gotten these. Sus!
I know. I've gotten the same thing. I'm gonna go grass and
beachy grass.
Yeah, beachy grass.
Sandy grass.
Or we've got mountains.
We've got mountains out of molehills.
Mountains and water for 3 for us. Oh, I'm doing that.
I am
100%. 'Cause that gives me a fish and a key. Yeah.
Nice.
I am all about them gems.
All about them gems. About them gems. No apples.
All right, you're up.
I have an apple.
No.
I'm missing the apple.
That's a mealy apple. It needs to be thrown away.
Apple.
I'm
that
gonna
is not what I
take
want.
this and get a carrot.
Sand. You're gonna go sand.
Sand.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I
sand is
don't like
for patsies.
I got apples. I got carrots.
Green.
Just need some fish.
But green, I don't really know that I want green. And maps again give you a wild. No.
4. You get a 4.
You get a
Dylan.
4. Wow. All right, so I'll do green, I guess. I'll go 1, 2, 3, boop, and I can spend that at any time.
Yes, correct.
That's fantastic.
It's not 4 additional, right?
It's correct. It's in lieu of the 2 or 3 that you would do from this,
Right.
and they do have to be the same land type.
Got it. All right, that's fantastic.
All right, you up, Mike?
Bam! That is water or green. I am going to take.
You can take any of them. I'm okay. I'm okay with all possibilities.
I will take water.
No, I lied. I'm not okay with all possibilities.
Oh no, this is not great for me. This is
That's a shame.
really unfortunate.
Gonna go here.
Bum, bum, ba, ba, ba.
Question mark.
Bum, ba, da, ba. Peanut butter and apples are good, Nick. I agree.
Yes. Oh, we discovered the other day peanut butter and honey.
Well,
Were you here for that?
I've had peanut butter and honey sandwiches many times.
Right, but like just
peanut butter and honey
butter.
on
I meant,
You mean
I meant
apples.
apples and honey.
Yeah, that's a Z thing. I think it's a little bit of overkill. I think that Z is. I think Z's being a little ostentatious, if I'm being honest. I think that was a little bit showy on his part.
I want to know, Mike, how picky are you about your peanut butter? Are you like a I must crunch those peanuts myself peanut butter guy?
No, I'm not.
or
I'm not picky about peanut
Are you
butter.
okay with Jiffy and Skippy?
I'm gonna go with the mountains here.
You're going with the mountains?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. Guess what? I got my fish. I've got
I need a
all
carrot.
forms of food possible.
The carrot is what I need, and I don't have an option.
Did it
And this
hop
is the
away from
last
you?
one of this round,
This is
right?
the last one of this
Ridiculous. I hate
round.
everything about it. And I can't get it through mountains. Oh.
Now I'm getting hungry for lunch.
All right, I'm just going to choose.
Fish, a little bit of carrots, a little bit of tomato.
Oh, so if I do a.
Maybe some lentils.
If I do a.
Nothing
Oh,
about
yeah.
that
So I'm
sounds
going to do
appealing.
the.
No.
I'm going to do the water, and I'm going to get this temple right here. Boom. Bam.
You got
bam.
a key?
Oh,
There you go.
I
okay.
have a key.
So now that he has a temple on D, we mark off number 12.
And I circle it.
Possible.
And you get 12.
Yeah.
That is how that works. All right. So end of round scoring. Right here, we look at our provisions. Looks like we all got all 3, so that's 10
No,
points.
I only got 5.
Oh,
I didn't
bummer.
get my
Looks
carrot.
like most of us, the majority of us did.
Yeah,
And
how are you doing on your temples there? Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Okay.
all right, and then the gems, count the number of gems. That's
1.
the number of points you get. 3. And then we will shuffle
And we do
these.
anything with that yet. That's end of game.
That's right. So pass the first player to you, shuffle these up, remove 1.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Peanut butter apples or peanut butter bananas?
That way.
Why not both?
It
That
depends on the
one's gone.
apple.
Yeah.
Again, apple snob.
Here we go.
Another
Wow.
one. Did you shuffle?
Oh,
So if I use,
haven't gotten a wild
if
before.
I use a map on this,
Yes.
can I split?
No. When you use a map, it still has to be
Has
the
to be in
same
one land.
Yes, one land type.
All right. Watch me pull a Mike Delisio here. I'm
All right.
collecting a key and I'm unlocking D.
Okay, so you
nice.
chose
Right.
you chose water and mountain.
I did.
I could choose that and do 3 on this one.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
I like
I'll
waterfalls.
do that.
Water mountains, waterfalls, quite lovely.
Ooh.
Tranquil, louder than you think they would be.
Mm-hmm. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Do I want to do that? Yes. Let's go. Oh, that's mountains and water. All right.
Oh, whoop. You did mountains and water. Whoops, sorry. That would only be 2 for me then.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do 3 on this one. I feel like it's a waste not to.
Though, right? I know.
I'll go here. 1, 2, 3. Beep.
2.
Done?
You can't see my board, but let me tell you, it is spectacular.
Is it?
It's really good.
Okay.
Would you say it's spring spectacular?
I would say it is spring spectacular.
There you go.
All right, here we go. We
What do
ready
we
for
got,
this? Bang, 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 bang. All right, we're gonna go with the. Ooh, we'll go with the sand.
All right,
So
then.
3 for me for
Fantastic.
sand.
You make such good decisions.
I don't like the fact that you're liking the decisions I'm making.
I got another fish.
No.
I finally expanded to the left side of my board.
I'm finally getting out of that D quadrant. I kind of backed myself in a corner
All right,
there.
so I need to do 3 of these. So let's
Hang it in the D
go.
quadrant.
No, I've got
1,
to
2,
branch out.
Yeah, there's nothing left
expand
there. We took
my
all the treasures.
options.
That's
I have
right.
to mark off the 10.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, okay. All right. I am
You
going
always
to
get
go.
these.
I do. Do you
Wild.
feel jealous?
No, I feel
You
like
should.
there's some
You should.
stacking of the deck going
Okay,
on
I
here.
shuffle
Some,
this time. Don't
some
touch my shuffling.
There we go.
elaborate sleight of hand.
I'm going to
Cosmic
go.
Crisper good apples, yes.
I'm going to go. I
haven't had a cosmic.
Mountain
Yes,
sand.
they're
or
tasty. They're a
mountains
newer
grass.
variety. You're going mountains grass.
Yeah.
So I likely need to go water sand.
Someone was concerned about your diagonal here.
I will go water sand. Oh, cheaterific!
Yeah, I don't know what I did there. Huh.
Definitely cheating.
Next water has to go.
Yeah, next water I'll put right there.
Okay, so
I'll
you
just take it
chose
down one.
you chose grass.
I chose this one. Yep.
I'm gonna go with the other one, sand and
Sand
water.
and water.
So I'll go 1 here for that. Oh my gosh! And then I'm gonna
I
go
went diagonal
here
there too.
for the
You
key.
already have a fish. I'm gonna take this key.
Man, oh man.
Bing, 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 bong, bing,
I'm
bong,
gonna
bong, bong, bong,
hop
bong,
over
bing, 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 bong, 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 bong.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Here and here.
Oh, it's a cross of the Enterprise and Honeycrisp varieties. Is Cosmic Crisp. I did not know that.
I
That's
haven't had
wild
it.
stuff.
Oh,
All right,
Enterprise.
is it me?
Whose turn is it? Yeah, no, you just
Yeah,
flipped
you
the
just
fancy
buy it
one
and go.
again. This is
You're
outrageous
so
behavior, and I, for
Oh.
one, won't stand for it.
Do I want that? Maybe. Give me a second. One
Bing,
moment.
bing, bing, bing.
One moment.
What happens if there's a tie
yes.
for temples?
One.
Then you both get
two.
it.
That's
but the
fantastic.
next
I got
person
A.
has to do
I
the
got
cross
A
it off.
also, Wendy.
What?
So you both get it,
Yep.
and then I cross off 12 and 10.
Mike
makes
Delicio.
sense.
What am I going to
You
do with
went
you?
grass.
You're going to give me
Said-
12 points is what you're going to do.
Clearly.
Yes. All right. That was my little tribute to Z Garcia.
I think
And by
he feels
tribute, I
inspired.
mean mocking. That was a brutal mocking of Z Garcia.
Brutal indeed.
That's the
Muff.
first time that I chose the same one that the active player did, and it was only because I needed those sweet, sweet
Okay.
temple perks.
You needed the 2 extra
All right.
points.
Here we go. We ready for this? Bam! All right, so let's say we've got water and we've got
All right.
grasslands. I don't know which one I shall
Is
choose.
this a hypothetical situation?
No. I know what it is. I'm going to go with grassland.
I'm going to do water and cross those 2 out to correct
1,
my diagonals.
2, 3.
So we're good.
That's an apple.
I'm trying to figure out if there's any water that I actually want. I think I'm going to do the grasslands.
I don't want to
this week.
startle you, but
map.
I am not even in the C quadrant. The C quadrant is dead to me.
You know, I'm not either.
I have zero
Camilla's the
interest
only one
in
who's
everything that's happening in the
barely
C
expanded
quadrant.
Yeah,
Straight trash.
It's because I've already seen it.
That's right.
that was fantastic. Is it me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get this
Oh,
out.
you know you like it secretly.
I want to go
I want to be
with neither of those.
under the sea.
That's nice. We've got a
garden.
switch between a nice comment and a dig at my age. That's fantastic.
Keep you on your toes there. All right. I am going to go. Gosh, I don't like either. I will go mountains.
Mountains, you say?
They
I
send
do.
me water again.
So how do these other huts work? Do they count as mountain spaces, or do you not go on them at all?
They are regular mountain spaces.
They are
but
mountain
you can't
spaces.
cross them off. The only reason we cross off the first one is to show where we're starting from. But then, remember, they only
So
score,
those are dead spots, basically.
Right. It's just about what's crossed off around them.
God. Oh, that's right. What's crossed off around?
Yeah, remember
I
when
forgot.
I explained that?
No, I forgot
No?
all about
Okay,
it
all right,
because honestly,
I definitely did.
Definitely, I would use the word incoherent. But wait, I
This
didn't
game
even
is
go
too
yet.
complex for my gosh, Mike.
It was that one, and you chose mountains.
Yes,
mountains.
All right, I guess. I kind of want to go mountains, so I'll go mountains too. I only picked two
I did
though.
as well. Oh, I could have spent my map on
That's
that
okay.
mountain. Let me just steal 2 more, because I like them gems and I cannot lie.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Go
done.
ahead.
Me?
I guess so, yeah, because I just did it, yeah.
All right.
Bang, 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 bang,
I need
bang,
another
bang,
key.
bang, bang.
Where do I access keys? They're so far away.
But you're so far away from me.
I'm gonna take the.
So far away from me.
I'm taking grass.
Grass. I will take the other one. Boop. That's gonna get me a carrot.
I got an apple.
They're high in vitamin A. Sure, we're gonna say that. Potassium.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure. Let's see. I need.
Retinol is a form of A.
You went what?
She went
Where'd you go?
grass.
Okay.
Grass.
So I will do. Oh, you did grass.
Here's a sneak peek at the winning board.
2.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Oh, you cheated there.
All right,
and
I
No,
got.
that's
I got the
impeccable.
bee temple.
The
The bee temple?
The bee temple.
So I cross off the 12.
Buzz a buzz a buzz.
All right, and so now we score our provisions.
5 points.
5 points.
5, and our gems.
3 points.
5 points.
And then we shuffle. Mike, you're up.
What about that one?
Yep, that one
What
as
about
well.
that one? What about that one?
And then shuffle them. Take
about
one
that
out. You know what? Take it all.
I'm shuffling that in. Do it. All right. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Do the truffle shuffle. All right. And I take one of these out of here, right?
Yep.
Correct.
We don't know which one it is.
Burn it.
Nobody knows.
Here we go. We ready for this? Bing, bing. I still didn't
Oh,
get
it's
a
not
wild. This is ridiculous.
Wow, this is wild.
That's wild stuff. Wild, wacky stuff.
This
That's
is
another.
crossed out. It just doesn't look crossed out.
All right. So I think what I'm going to do, I think it's in my
I think it's wrong, Mike. Don't do
best interest to go with. Gosh, I hate both of these with a burning passion.
Burning.
I'll go with the mountains.
Mountain.
That will give me 3 for me.
Right.
That's going to give me another gem.
I'm gonna take a map.
If there's a place you want to go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the map. I'm the map.
All right.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
Are you a map?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go
Make the right choice.
grass.
I don't care which one you pick. All right. So.
Yes. I definitely want.
Oh, I need a key to make that happen. Grass.
Wheel.
Yeah, I'll do 3 on this one.
Go here.
Boop, boop. That's another gem.
Here.
I'm gonna do that instead.
And here. Why not?
Take that off. Okay.
All right, then.
All right, Wendy.
All right, let's do this.
It's for you.
That's
Oh!
what I went last time. All right, I'm gonna definitely take this, and I'm gonna take B. So I get a key, and I cross off B. I'm all about that rhyming right now.
Get that key, and I cross off B. I think I will take
And then I'm put another one
the
there.
grasslands and go.
Oh, that would
Yeah,
be
1,
3.
2,
Nope.
3.
So it's gonna be mountains. I'm gonna go.
I haven't crossed off a horsey yet.
I've done one.
Okay.
You don't want to go out of your way for them.
Yeah, that's
Right,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
They're convenient.
All right.
All right, here we go. And bada bing! Let's go with water. And I can't do what I want to do. I don't know that I want to do water. Hold on. Oh, that makes me
He is
so
indecisive.
angry. Well, because I had a perfect thing set up and it did not work.
I didn't circle the map that I got right there.
So I think instead, what I'm gonna do it. I'll still stick with water.
Water.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think
Positive?
I might as
Yes.
100%?
Uh-huh.
Should I keep bugging you and asking?
Yep. It won't help you, but you're welcome to.
2. Okay. Is there another water anywhere I want? I won't.
There's not water I want. There's not grass I want. So
No,
just
it's like
set that up there.
Lock myself in here.
My morning beverage mug, Nick, is filled with iced coffee and a little bit of almond creamer.
All right.
Although it's long gone.
Let's go.
Make the right choice.
You know what?
What is the right choice?
Don't tell me what to
I
do.
won't tell you. I'll wait till she picks it. Then I'll confirm whether it was the right choice or not.
I am going
One of
to
these
go. I don't
things
like
is
either
not
of these.
like the
Gosh,
other.
I'm
Bing, bing,
really in a corner on what kind of land types I want.
Uh-huh.
I will go sands.
You made the wrong call.
Sands. Yeah, but I'm going to use a
Nice.
map.
I get 3 gems
I'll
this
take
round.
it, though.
Watch it.
3
1,
gems?
2, 3. I set myself up.
Someone is a cheating.
Woo!
Bing, bing, bing,
I
bing,
like
bing,
shiny,
bing.
sparkly things. What can I say?
And
It's way better than fish.
I know.
I have no
Fish-
food this round. I'm
fish is
basically starving.
stanky.
I can't feed my workers.
You know, it is
They're-
what it is.
They're gonna chip their teeth on trying to eat gems.
That's correct.
Yes.
You can
I
go
also
ahead-
don't
you can
pay
go
for
ahead and
dental.
You can go, Wendy.
3, 4.
Let's do this. All right. Wild Mick Wild.
I'm going to be crossing off a map no matter
I
what.
wanted.
Ooh, nothing is near the things that I want.
And so if I use a map, basically, I can cross off 4 of any one land type right
Correct.
now. Yes.
Following normal placement rules.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go water.
I mean, no
because,
cheating is what I'm
no,
saying.
so basically, I can cross off all 4 of these.
Yeah, I can't cheat.
I'm gonna go here.
So I'm crossing off that
Right.
1,
fish, and I'm
2,
crossing off that
3.
key. Bada bing!
Oh, I don't like that,
I love
Wendy.
everything about it.
Don't like that at all. I will go.
I got myself some hut points.
Hut points.
Hut points.
Hut. Hut 1. Hut 2. Bing, bang, bong, bing, bong.
Ah, these are not. All right, I will go 1. If I have grass, it's 2.
Wendy, is
and do
the
yellow.
sand the perfect color of beige? Someone is asking.
It is. It
All right.
is.
Really? This to
Got
me
a little bit
reads
of
more.
light, a little bit of dark.
Reads more yellow.
Really?
Am I the last flipper?
You no,
flipped.
it should be me. 'cause
I
it's
flipped.
7. There should be 7. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. I'm not worried about it. But it should be me. One of y'all
No.
cheated.
Cheating.
Somebody cheated for sure, and
Actually, technically, a 3-player game. There is no active player on the last one, but we won't change mid-game.
yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. All right, I'm going to choose.
I think in the words of Mike DeLisio,
Green.
massive asterisk.
Correct.
You took grass.
You better believe
Oh, is this
it.
the last of the last? The final of the final?
It's the final countdown. Ba-da-dee-doo. Ba-da-dee-doo-doo. Roy. Ba-da-dee. There we go. Thank you. Had to have that harmony. And someone just thumbed it down. Okay, I'll stop doing final countdown. Message received.
All right, I will go.
Ah.
Is there no mountains that I
Ooh.
want? I don't believe there are. I guess 1. I'll get a gem out of
1,
it.
2, 3.
And if I
Buckle
go
my shoe. No.
2
I'm just gonna take the hut point.
and 3.
There was nothing fancy about that last little.
No.
That was
little
rough.
thing.
All right. Provisions. I got 1 provision.
I got
that time.
one
Nothing.
provision.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Big
5.
0.
Wendy's killing us on gems, though.
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
a fan.
because I got 9 gems.
Not a fan.
Don't judge my gems.
They're
Is
being
this all of
judged.
them?
Make no
1,
mistake.
2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. All right. Last round.
Here we go.
Last round of a rotten egg.
Hooey. All right. Let's see. Let's go with neither of those. I'm going to go with grass.
Grass, you say. So I will go
I
with
say.
water.
I'm gonna stick with water as well. We're gonna come down.
We're going to do a little something I like to call gemtastic.
Gemtastic.
Mm-hmm.
That
3.
sounds real fancy.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Bing, 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 bing.
I'm gonna use my map on sand
I will likely do the same
for
thing.
4, and I'm gonna get myself a key. And I didn't even need to use that.
Do
I want to use my sand on 4
go
or my
1,
map.
2.
Yeah, I think
I
I
got
will.
sea
I'm gonna
temple.
use my map on sand as well.
2.
I shouldn't.
Wait. You said you're doing the sea temple?
I did sea temple.
Oh, come on.
2.
So I will not. Well, I will.
Yeah.
Well,
And then I use
whatever.
that. Yep. Okay.
I will still use.
I didn't need my map,
it.
but it's okay. I used it anyways because I crossed it off already.
Wait.
And I am finally in the A quadrant.
All right, I'll
Wait,
do
that was 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then I have a wild left. 4.
I'm wondering if I crossed off a map somewhere else that I didn't put down because I only
I
see
don't know.
one map on my board.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go here and get a fish.
That's okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. Get this out of here. Hey, I got a wild.
You got the first wild. Welcome. What are you gonna do with it?
I tell you the truth, I really, really feel like I'm going to be taking grass and mountains.
You feel strongly
because I'm
about
going to get
that?
the sea temple. So Wendy, you have to cross out that second one too.
Ooh. Oh, I already have all the fishes. I don't like this. My gosh, that last key is way over there in A.
Yeah, the last temple's so far
That's
away.
really, I haven't gotten like A at
I'll
all.
have to use that key.
Let's see. I'll go see.
I got the keys. I just need to get to that
1,
temple.
2.
Is that worth the 8 points? Probably.
3.
Okay.
Oh,
so I'm
it's
just gonna
worth the
take
8 points.
Those two, and then I get a free. So I'm gonna.
Wendy, is that sand diagonal? Uh-oh.
What?
Do we have cheating sand? Oh, right there.
Oh, that's what this one needed to be. I'm sorry. It's because I thought I didn't need 4. Okay, we're good.
Awesome. Me?
All right, probably.
All right, the other one. And let's see, what do I want?
I think we need to put Mike's board up here. Is there any diagonals?
No, that's
can
perfect.
check?
That is
I'm going to do that.
unassailable.
I'm going to do
Look at
grass
that. That's
and
perfect.
sand.
Grass and sand, you
So
say?
I'm going to go.
So water and mountain is what I'm thinking probably.
Oh.
Although I do like grass
2,
and sand.
3. Get all my provisions. All right. I am provisioned.
I'm going
I'm gonna do.
final.
I'm gonna also do
sand.
grass and sand. So I can do 2. I can get a carrot and an apple right there.
I just got a carrot.
I think we did the same move.
I'm going to get to that C at some point.
All right.
Ooh.
Water
oh, no,
und
not what I
sand.
need. Not what I needed.
I need a fish.
I didn't need to take sand last time.
I'm nowhere near a fish. This is outrageous, and frankly, I won't stand for it.
I'm going to take sand.
I will
No, what can water get
also
me?
take sand.
1, 2. There's another gem there.
I'm not sure
And-
that. I might just do.
Bing, 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 bong,
Bing,
bong,
bing,
bong,
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 bing,
bong,
bong,
bong.
bong, bong.
Another one.
Do I chase
There.
that 8 points?
Yes, you do.
Chase the points.
Them points.
Chase them with everything you have.
I think I will go sand.
Must chase the points.
Okay.
Mike plus singing equals 200% better.
All right.
Well, tell that
Two
to
more.
the thumbs down that I just received. All right. Let's go with.
It technically went away. We had 2 thumbs down. Now we have.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Change their mind.
All
Peer
right.
pressure.
I like the way you're thinking. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to take mountains because
Why
I'm going to
would
do a
you do
little
a thing
something.
like that?
Because what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go 1. There's a horsey.
All
2,
right.
3, and the horsey I can place one anywhere as long as it's still
As
next
long as
to.
it's legal.
Yeah, you are
You
really
do
concerned
any
about this
legal-
legal thing. Don't you worry about my
Were
legalities.
you a lawyer in another life?
I am unassailable in my
We
legality.
don't talk about that life.
It's all about that
Well,
life.
I got an apple tomato.
All right,
Come on.
last turn.
All I need is a water on here
last
somewhere.
turn.
Water.
He gets his water.
I'm getting my fish.
All right, let's see. What can I do for points? I'm going to take water.
All right,
Oh,
doesn't
thank
matter.
goodness.
Still
I
helps
can
me.
see.
It's gonna be
Still get my
1,
fish.
Unlock that final treasure of awesomeness. Woo!
1.
at least gonna get
and
5
any
points for
other
that.
water that gets me anything, anywhere?
4,
No.
5, 6, 7.
No other water worth.
I'm gonna be in distant third place.
So we'll just put it right there. Sure. Oh wait, I have one more. Crap.
Take
Sure,
that
we'll put
water,
it right there
watch
too.
it burn,
All
sink
right.
in the river, lessons I learned.
All right.
Are you pushing on that board? It's sinking.
I know.
All right. So now your provisions
Uh-huh.
and your gems.
Oh. Oh, I marked them off here. Sorry.
You say
These are the
uh-huh.
ones
Oh,
for
you're already
this
doing
round.
it. Oh,
So that's a
Mike, you're
5.
tricky. All right, and then your.
Yeah, I wasn't doing
Okay.
my end because the end goes down
Yeah,
here,
and then
right? So
right, yeah.
17 right there. 16 here. And then temples go down here, I assume, right? So
Yeah. Then we'll put the temples
24,
down there.
34. I don't know what this little question marky is about.
That's.
Oh, that, no?
Wait, that is 24 and 8, 32.
Is that these combined?
No, that's an advanced. We're not playing
We're not playing advanced.
We're not playing
We are
advanced.
not
We're keeping it
advanced.
simple today.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, then the middle
2,
for the
3,
huts.
4.
Oh, geez, I'm going to be terrible. Okay, so A is which one? Is that the one in the
A is the top right.
top right? And I get
Oh,
0
I meant
points.
top left, sorry.
Top left, I get 1 for that, so 3 points, right?
Okay, so that is going to be 0 for me there.
And then B is top right, and I get none for that.
7.
C is bottom left. I get nothing for that. Boy, I did terrible here.
1, 2, 3, 7, so that's 21.
And then D is, which one is the, it's this one here, so 2, right?
Yeah.
I get 5 for that.
All
oh my
right.
gosh, I only got 8 points
Blue.
there. Outrageous. I'm gonna get my calculator because I'm not so good with numbers.
63 plus 40 is
68,
103.
Wait, did you say 103? I think you need to re-add.
0, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You think I need to rad?
103? Hold on, I got to redo my math. I think I have 100 exactly.
How do I have 75? How do I suck
Oh.
so badly?
You
5, 10,
know,
15, 16, 17.
we
I think
have-
it's maybe these. I mean,
The middle thing, yeah.
I got a lot in gems.
yeah, you did get a lot in gems.
Yeah, I only got 20.
24, 34, yeah.
Right, 48.
Yeah, it's really just that temple.
58. 63.
That temple did you really well.
Yeah.
I should probably also
plus
check my
8
math.
plus 16
You know,
plus
we didn't all
34
bring our
Also,
phones
equals
and
75.
Yeah,
calculators.
basic, according to David. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, basic.
Yeah,
Also-
I feel like not being taught the rules correctly at the beginning definitely hampered me.
I'm
Mastiff
pretty sure it's
asterisk.
a listening issue,
All right,
not
maybe
a
it
teaching
was
issue.
maybe it was taught very well.
Right.
All right.
All right, so that is Explorers. We have a couple clips from contributors here, and then we will be back live at 1 to continue with our playthroughs. So until then,
See ya then.
keep exploring.
Bye.
Ah, all right. There we go. Your move. Hey there. Welcome to Richmond, Virginia. I'm Jeff from Tabletop Toolbox, and it's the Spring Spectacular. Well, in Florida, not here, since, you know, it snowed last week. But sure, it's spring. Why not? Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite outdoorsy themed games, and there's a lot of these to choose from these days, but this was one of the first games I ever acquired. You see, I got into the gaming hobby in 2016 thanks to Ticket to Ride, and in seemingly no time I was building cities, settling the archipelago, running a hospital, running an automotive business, and building more cities. But in 2017, I saw a game on the shelf that literally captured my attention from the very get-go. The box was awash in greens of every shade, and in the center, a small sapling struggled to survive in a misty forest of earthen giants. The game is Photosynthesis, designed by Hallmer Hawk and produced by Blue Orange Games. Photosynthesis is a chemical process by which plants take sunlight and water and literally produce their own food. But how could that theme possibly work in a board game? Well, allow me to illuminate. That's odd. Inside this stunning box, you'll find no less than 56 cardboard trees of 4 different species, representing the player colors. You'll also find some little seeds, some even littler suns, 1/10 of a giant sun, 4 colored player boards, and this sparsely populated forest floor. But it won't be sparse for very long, as you'll put down your first roots during the setup phase, placing 2 small trees in the outer perimeter of the board. Now these trees will help provide your first bit of resources in the game, of which there's only one in Photosynthesis, sun points. Now sun points are generated at the beginning of each round by drawing an imaginary line off of this solar sliver wherever it sits around the board, and then determining which trees are able to capture that solar energy. The larger the tree, the more points you'll get. Players will then use those points in one of 2 branching options. Oh, I think I get it now. The first of these options involves this, your player board, which in a weird twist for this game acts more like a store. You'll purchase seeds and trees from this board and you'll place them here. I know this doesn't look like much, but this is actually your available area. Trees and seeds you purchase will go here, and only once placed here can they go here on the main game board, which you'll certainly want to do because let's face it, the forest is looking a little bleak and we need to spruce things up. Expanding your coniferous presence across the forest also requires these first saplings, which you'll use to jettison seeds across the board, leafing your mark, oh, we're cooking with gas now, across the forest floor. Now these actions also require sun points, which means you're going to need all the sunlight you can get. But now it's time to reveal the truth about photosynthesis, because where there isn't light, there's darkness. And it's time to cast some shade. See, trees will shade other trees behind them as long as they are the same or shorter height. And not only that, but the taller each tree is, the more spaces behind it get cast in the shadows. And since you'll all be pining for that hot, hot sun, you'll each be looking for ways to stick it to each other. That was a twofer. But I'm still not done stumping you with all this game's oddities. For example, let's say you've reached this level of woodsy saturation with a variety of trees stretched across the forest floor. At this point in the game, you're looking at the board thinking, I'm doing pretty good here. Look at all my pretty trees. But it's also this point in the game that you realize you don't actually have any points. You see, photosynthesis isn't about just growing trees in the forest, it's about the lineage of your species. You see these symbols on the forest floor? They relate to these tokens, and these tokens are how you actually score points in the game. And how do you get these tokens? Well, you acquire them when the oldest trees in the forest die off. And not only that, but these spaces are worth more the closer you get towards the center of the board. This will encourage you to build towards the center, especially aiming for that crucial central spot. But doing so might leave you with too few trees around the board's perimeter, and you'll find it very easy for your opponents to throw more shade at you than a high school girl, sapping you of those crucial sun points. Thing is, you'll realize this at the wrong time, after it's far too late to make amends. When you've cinched the center of the game board and then desperately need to grow your trees to their highest levels before collecting them, moves which take the most amount of sunlight. But then your opponents have boxed you in, literally cutting off your supply lines to the sunlight you desperately need to grow. And it's at this point in the game that you can suddenly appreciate the brevity of the image on this game's cover. And in that sense, photosynthesis becomes much more like a war game. It's far more tactical often than it is strategic. You know, the most interesting moments of this game comes when a player realizes that they've failed to compensate for the sun's next position around the board, and they get only 5 sun points while everyone else snags a dozen or more. Or when a player has a commanding presence over the forest, with trees stationed like soldiers from one corner to the next, and then they realize that they have absolutely no points at all, and they've truly lost the forest through the trees. Oh, we did it! 10 tree puns in a single video. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, a 10 burr, right? Oh. This War of the Woods certainly isn't for everyone. I think that fans of Eurogames especially want to feel rewarded for their contributions to the forest. And a lot of them don't like the fact that at the end of the game, everything that they've built here is literally worth nothing. In addition, I think that some folks struggle with the timing of this game, because if you find yourself at the last round with no trees ready to clear out, then there's no points left for you to grab. I can certainly understand these arguments, but on the same token, if we think of this as a tactical, no-luck, almost war game, think of like chess. Those games require you to make the right moves at the right time, and photosynthesis does not expect any less. And I haven't even talked about Photosynthesis expansion, Under the Moonlight. In this little box are 3 additional modules of play, all of which revolve around the moon. Now, I've only played with this expansion once, and I'll tell you something, you can't get a sunburn from the light reflected off the moon, and that's a good thing. However, this little expansion might just very well set your brain on fire. You see, while the sun moves from corner to corner of the board each round, the moon attaches in between the individual spots around the perimeter of the board, and it moves multiple spaces each round. Not only that, when the sun and the moon cross, the moon flips over from full to half or vice versa. Moonlight only shines down the 2 paths it touches and is absorbed by these delightful little critters. Now, each of these critters have unique powers, and players will have just one of them to control throughout the game. These all focus on a different aspect of the trees, whether you're growing them or collecting them or planting new trees. But they're all worthless without the lunar points. And with the moon moving so sporadically around the board, and the critters only moving 1 space on your turn, you'll find yourself having to plan 2 or 3 turns in advance just to make sure that your critters are in the right place at the right time. Now, I really enjoyed this expansion, but it is not for the faint of heart or the AP prone. What I love most about Photosynthesis is how the game has grown with me as I have grown into the gaming hobby. I mean, I've had this game for over 5 years, and yet every time I play it, I find new ways of interacting with its mechanisms, and it continues to challenge my way of thinking. I hope you enjoy the rest of your spring. I hope you can get out and get some sun points of your own, and maybe check out Photosynthesis and find your own way to fall in love with the trees. Cheers.
Hey there everyone, it's Jenn, the board game librarian. I'm flipping some pages and pushing some cubes, but with a different kind of segment today. Welcome to my office here at work. It's kind of a glass fishbowl, so you're going to see patrons walking back and forth on either side of me. So welcome to the public library. Today, I'm going to be talking about what I do. And I've gotten so many questions over the years of being on the Dice Tower, and for folks who know me from my Instagram account or the other variety of places folks might know me from. My technical job is I am the head of reference and adult services for the Manchester Public Library in Manchester, Connecticut. It's 500,000 Manchesters in the US and across the world, but I'm in Connecticut. We're kind of a suburban urban community with 60,000 folks, a very diverse community. We're a former mill town. Our industry in particular was on silk. We were known as the Silk City capital of at least the United States for a long while. Our silk was very famous. So I've done this job. I've worked at this library since 2014, and I've done games and gaming since 2015. If you followed me for any period of time, you know that I've been a gamer probably since 2010 when Matt and I, my husband, got together. And I'm a firm believer in bringing things to a library space where I'm passionate about them, because I think when you are passionate about something, other people follow you. So in 2015, Matt got the opportunity to teach War of the Ring, our favorite game, and Battle of Five Armies at Gen Con. And it was a really great opportunity, and I said, sure, great, let's go. And I said to my boss at the time, hey, I've been kind of thinking about bringing board games to this library, starting a game group here. What do you think about that? And I've always been very fortunate to have a very supportive boss who has generally loved most of my ideas that I've done here, and he was supportive. Hey, let's do it. But my catch at the time was I was going to try to do it pretty cheaply. So off I went to Gen Con with Matt. We taught so many rounds of War of the Ring, but it was a great experience. In the meanwhile, I brought my business card and went around to publishers and talked about gaming in libraries. So back in 2015, gaming in libraries was a much different kind of situation than it is now. A lot less libraries were doing it, and now, of course, many more are, which is amazing and fantastic for our hobby. some of which I hope is due to the work that I've done over the years. But I started gathering games, mostly donations at the time from publishers who were super generous. And we had our first board game group meeting in October 2015. I had a couple of premises that I wanted for this group here at my library. Being a female gamer, it was extremely important to me that females in our hobby have a space where they can come and feel comfortable and not be talked to like, oh, you're just with your partner, husband, father, brother, nephew, male companion that you're with at a game store, because I've personally had that happen to me and it's very annoying. I also wanted it to be a space for folks 18 to 35 because that's the age demographic I'm in, and traditionally millennials fall off library usage when they hit high school or they're in high school, college, and then they don't come back until they have children. They're doing careers, getting married, starting families, buying houses, they're in the military, whatever situation they're in. But that age range tends to fall off in terms of library usage. So I wanted young people back at the library and get them invested in the services that we have here. I also wanted this to be a space that was reflective of the very diverse community that I work for. And I wanted it to also be a safe space where, our diverse community could come and play games and feel safe and welcomed and it be inclusive. That was very important to me as well. So those are the principles that I started off with for our group. I get asked all the time about how I run my group here at our library. We meet once a month on a Saturday for 4.5 hours, and I run it almost like a mini convention. Unlike at an FLGS where you may have a game group meetup or an event of some sort where folks bring in their games or have already scheduled play times or people that they're playing with, I wanted this to be very free-flowing in that aspect. I wanted it to be an opportunity where people could come and intermingle with each other, meet new folks, and kind of really just try new things. So we started off with the premise that folks would be teaching games, that they're like demos, but you get to play the full game. So now we have anywhere from 5 to 6 games that are taught by my amazingly awesome team of volunteers that I've curated over the years, where they learn the game if they don't already. It's typically a game that they own. They bring it and they teach it to whatever group of folks sits down, whether it's 2 players or 6 players, and they may teach a game multiple times within a session. There's a couple of things with this that were logistical. I wanted it to be different than the FLGSs. Like, why come to the library instead of an FLGS? When you're being taught something. That to me is really one of the cornerstones of our game group, that you can come to the library with nothing. You can come just yourself. I don't really allow people to bring in their own games to play. That you come in, you sit down, and you are just taught something. So it takes away the hassle and haggle and frustration, embarrassment some people feel when they sit down to learn a game. That here we have our dedicated teacher who has learned it. You were just going to sit there and be taught a game, which is great. I also didn't want folks bringing in their own games because I was concerned about liability issues with food, coffee, soda, drinks. I didn't want someone's really bedazzled, let's say Return to Dark Tower, which has been a very expensive Kickstarter for, let's say, soda to be knocked over and for it to ruin the tower, right? I know it's guaranteed for 2 years. But those kinds of things. And 2, one of the things that's very important to me with gaming in libraries is access, equity, and inclusion, right? So my library where we are and in this community, and I'm going to talk about this a bit because it's very important to me, there's pockets of folks who 42% of them live below the poverty line. And, if I'm encouraging people to bring their own games and someone is in that economic bracket and they don't have anything to bring, I don't want people feeling shame or upset or any kind of other feeling, that we're all on an equal playing ground. No one is bringing anything, just themselves. You just have to be there and show up. And you're not required to bring anything or buy anything necessarily. So this is something that has worked out really well over the years. I have a really awesome team of teachers who teach things. We have been going strong since 2015, except for the pandemic when we didn't meet. And we have anywhere from 18 to 47 people who've shown up. Now, part of the key to our success is that I've teamed up with the Portal Gaming Store. For those of you who are podcast fans, you will recognize Portal Gaming Podcast, run by Brant, who is one of my volunteer teachers, and the owner, Brian, of the store. He and I have had a really awesome relationship from the very beginning where we partner together. Brian is one of my teachers sometimes. Brian has also brought in product to sell where, if we're teaching Quacks, Brian will bring in the game and sometimes offer a discount for folks to purchase the game right then and there. Because I'm trying to encourage community partnerships, business building, and goodwill, really, trying to support our game store too, and really create like this great circle where I'm referring folks up the street to purchase games too. Let's say they play a game here that they've checked out and they want to go purchase it somewhere, and I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be Amazon. If you head up the street, and tell Brian I sent you, he might have that in stock. So that was also really important to me as well. But we've had publisher days, we've had Osprey here, we've had Restoration, Smirk and Dagger, other designers too. The Teuton Porcupine team are some of my favorites to have here. You would know them from Kapow. So really fostering a local community of gamers and local folks and making us a hub where people can feel comfortable to come and play games. So that's kind of the basis of the game group. Now, I get tons and tons of questions over and over and over again of the games and how they're circulated. So if you know me personally, or you've kind of guessed over the years, I'm a go big or go home kind of girl. Our board game collection here at my library, we started out with 125 circulating games. Now, that is pretty highly unusual. I wouldn't go over to your public library and say, hey, I heard a lot of libraries carry 125 games. No, that's very unusual. Again, I have a really great director who supports me in my go big and go homeness. So all of these games get processed, they get cataloged, meaning put into our computer system, so you, the patron, can come in with your valid library card and check them out. So why have circulating board games? Well, why not? Libraries are not just book bastions anymore. Books are still our biggest thing that we do, no doubt about it. Not ebooks, books are not dying out. Everyone was in a tizzy over that years ago with ebooks and e-audiobooks. No, we're fine. We're here. We're doing. It's great. It's amazing. I started the collection in 2017 in terms of circulating it, and I wasn't sure what my expectations were going to be when we put the games out for the public to come in and check out, but I was very surprised, I think. They've been immensely popular, which is great. I'm very blessed to have that be something that's so popular. But a lot of the people who come in and check out games are really casual gamers. They're families. They're not my hardcore, gamers, which is great. That, I think, is actually the most important part of this part that I'm telling you. that it's new gamers, people who were gamers and maybe didn't play a board game for a while, and they see the games here and they check them out. All of those things. You know, my hardcore gamers do come in, they check out my Gaia project, they check out my Empires of the Void 2, they check out those things, they come in. But the vast majority of games that are checked out are what I categorize as easy medium. Party style games, lightweight, family style things. So what we're really doing here in a library setting, unlike an FLGS, is that we are really trying to build up a new crowd of folks who are not necessarily gamers, and we're encouraging that. Again, you know, FLGSs are great, and I love the Portal too, and but there are some FLGSs, and they're not super FL. They don't have the emphasis on the F there, right? Or people don't feel welcome, or for a variety of reasons. Some people would never step foot into a game store, right? But some people would step foot into a library instead. And one of those reasons could very potentially be cost, right? When you think about the cost of these board games, they are a luxury hobby. This is a luxury hobby. I think we forget that sometimes. And your average person may not be able to afford a brand new board game or a very expensive Kickstarter. So by allowing folks to check out board games at a library, you're stripping away those inequities, and you're allowing everyone the same opportunity. I talk a lot about experiences in board games here when I'm doing this kind of spiel. And one of my biggest things that I say is, look, so in the community I work in, we could have a house that sells for $750,000. A very expensive house, right? And we can also have those people who live 42% below the poverty line. I want those people, both of those people, to have the same experience. When they come into the library, both people can check out a game that's like Gaia Project. Again, a very expensive game, or, you know, something like Tidal Blades, which I have here, you know, expensive games. And both can check them out and have a good experience. And everyone can enjoy them. That's really the beauty of what we do. When you think about what libraries are and should be, is, you know, some folks will say we're one of the last few places on earth where we're pretty democratic. You can walk in the door and it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. We don't ask you questions about anything. You're welcomed. You're automatically welcomed here. And I know that in some libraries past, that wasn't always the case. But most of us now, that's one of our core ethics, that we believe in that. That's our thing. And we want everyone to have the same experience, no matter who you are, where you came from, what you believe in, any of those things. So this really applies to board games as well, too. So the board games here go out for 3 weeks. They can be renewed at our library, which is very unusual, just because we have such a large collection. I have about 600 board games in our library in children, teens, and adults. And that's over since 2017, kind of an evolution of the collection. Folks can put them on hold, but they have to pick them up here and return them here. We have an interstate delivery, and it just gives me the heebie-jeebies, them being returned elsewhere or being thrown in the book drop. Can't throw them in my book drop. They give me nightmares. So as an example, here is one of our games. We have our barcode. I'm going to point to everything in the wrong place. We have kind of what I call our legalese. You know, please return here. Don't put in the book drop. 15 cents a day, and our fines are going away soon too. And if they were donated, or we purchased them with gift money. I also have on here one of my best inventions of how difficult the game is. I tell this story because it actually happened. One of our first games that I had in our collection was Dominant Species. Now, if you followed me a long time, you know I play all games, whether it's from Happy Salmon to the real chonky babies, right? I play all of it. But Dominant Species is one that I haven't touched. And this game kept going in and out and in and out and in and out. And like, I was going, why? This is Dominant Species. Like, it's good, but it didn't fit the other things. Like, it was the hardest game I haven't had in my collection at the time, and everything else that was going out was like the easy level. And if you know Dominant Species 2, you also know it has a ton of pieces. So sometimes when I went to count, and I'll get to that soon, I'd open up the box cover and it was like a horror show had happened. You know, all 300 cubes would be all over the place, the cones, the cylinders. It was just a nightmare. It was terrible, utterly terrible. So my hypothesis on this was that children were coming up to this game on the shelf and they saw dinosaurs on the cover and they were like, "Mommy, dinosaurs!" And the parents, who didn't know any differently, they were not familiar with the GMT stuff on the back, and if you're a GMT fan, you know what I'm talking about, and they took it out. And then these poor parents got this game home and it was like a nightmare probably in their house, right? I can't even imagine. So that's how we ended up with the difficulty system. I used the BGG weight, and then for each like 1 to 1.99, 2 to 2.99, etc., I have a color-coded system. So I'm matching patrons' expectations in terms of where they are and what games they want to check out. I don't want a patron who is at an easy level to check out games which are hard, because that, you're not going to want to come back to check out stuff. You're not going to want to, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be upset, you're going to be like, oh, this is terrible, I'm not going to want to come back. We want you to come back and check out stuff a lot. That's what I want you to do. Take them home and enjoy them and keep coming back. It's the thing. So that's how I ended up with the difficulty rating. I'm going to point wrong every single time. It's great. It's fine. We also have on the inside, as I'm opening up, our inventory. So plain English. We're talking plain English here. I work in a community where many different languages are spoken, and I wanted things to be pretty easy to understand whether English was your first language or not. So there's no gamer language on our inventory list. So if a patron is looking at the rule book, it's going to have gamer terms on it, right? My average person who checks out games may not know what a meeple is, what a chit is. They don't know, and they probably don't care. But they're going to know what a pawn is. They're going to know what a cardboard piece is. So putting those things in layman's terms that anyone could check these out and know what's in this box. It's also great for us, and our primary use is for when things are returned. So every time I post on any sort of forum pictures of my library's games or things that we're doing, I have a lot of people who panic about the pieces or condition of stuff. So our process is that when games are checked out and brought back, they're immediately taken off of a patron's card. But every single game is counted. There are no exceptions to this. None. Because again, if you're talking about experiences, I want every patron to open these games for them to be as pristine as possible, so they all kind of feel like, hey, this is a new game. You're having a good experience, right? That all things are in their baggies, they're rubber banded if need be. But every single piece is in there, right? I mean, you wouldn't want to check out Season 5 of Downton Abbey, which has 6 discs in it, and have disc 3 missing, right? You just wouldn't do that. And we wouldn't do that on our end either. That's not part of our process. So everything is labeled in baggies, sometimes rubber banded if need be. And they're counted. There's no exceptions on that. I've seen some people talk about the weighing system, which is bunk. I don't like that. If you're a librarian watching, please don't do that. Because if you're not lifting the lid and looking at the condition of the games, that's a problem. If the most essential piece of the entire game is missing and it only weighs a minuscule amount and it's not going to show up on the scale, that's a problem. And then, like, this happened with our copy of Sushi Go, like sticky fingers and cards stuck together, and when we went to count them, they were so stuck together that they ripped. So we have to assess damage too. I say this to everyone. Everyone freaks out about this. 95% of board games that are returned with they're complete. That is a huge percentage. Huge percentage. So it's the other 5% that's kind of nebulous, right? Of the 5%, let's say 4%, we chuck the game back out to them, to a patron. We email them or call them. We know which piece is missing. Those 4% find the piece. Great. Most patrons are really super considerate about our games. They know how expensive they are and how kind of precious too. This is a precious service. It's the 1% that's a little wonky. I have to make judgment calls on pieces, if I can get replacement pieces, if I have stuff in how essential it is too. So that's how that works. So if you are a patron and your library does not have games, I want you to know that you can contact your library and ask, hey, I'm wondering if you have board games. And if they say no, be like, okay, sure. But what you can do is you can formulate a plan. I've helped people all across the world at this point formulate plans on how to approach their public library on getting board games in. And sometimes all patrons have to do is ask, because if a patron is looking for a service, they're probably not the only patron out in the community that is looking for this service as well. You know, they're probably just one of many. And sometimes that's all it takes, just asking. Formulating a plan to me is your best bet in terms of getting a service like this in your community. And I'll drop my email, hopefully right here. I highly encourage you to contact me and we can work on this together. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be super easy, but sometimes it's finding the right person on your library staff and connecting with them and asking those questions. Going to the right age group, you know, whether you're thinking children, teens, or adults, and doing it. Sometimes it'll require a little volunteering time on your end, or a teenager, if the public library offers teenagers volunteer hours, but it can be done. And libraries across the country are really embracing this. Back when I started in 2015, I was like, there weren't as many, but now there's way more. And some of it is because folks like you watching this video right now, have asked their librarians for this service. And the more people that ask, the more the service can be not out of the ordinary. It can be quite ordinary, and that's what we want. So that's kind of what I do in a nutshell. Hopefully that explained a little what I do. If you've ever wondered why I'm the board game librarian, that's really, I am a board game librarian. It's part of my job here at work. It's a wonderful thing. And I'm happy to have helped as many people as I have over the years. Again, my sneaky thing is I want you to go back to your public library, especially now where so many across the country here in the US are having challenges with book banning. We need your support now more than ever. So if you believe in us and what we do, our mission, then we need you. We need you. Again, please feel free to contact me, and yeah, happy reading, happy gaming, and happy libraries. Thanks, everyone.